Hey everyone, welcome to the We Do podcast, where we do the gaming news for you. I am Burlyman Gaming. I've been playing some Digimon Story Time Stranger. Been getting close to the end. I'm hoping to beat that game tomorrow, Thursday for me. Hoping I've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. But Fubu, what have you been playing? And welcome on in, Fubu.
Hey, as you guys know, I missed episode 1, and I want to say I am on this podcast because Burley needs someone to force choke, and he doesn't want to be bothered with the other ones. What I've been playing, I'm going to blame Donny. He was telling Donny the Viper from Twitch, from Burley's channel. He was saying that Cup Heroes was a very nice game and it had a plot. And as soon as he said it had a plot, my eyes were like, "Boom, plot, let's go for it."
Easy platinum too.
Is it platinum? Yeah. Actually, I already got the plot, and I do understand why that game is addictive, because when I started playing the game and the balls go through the multipliers, it starts to pop. The fat boy in me saw that as popcorn going up, and I just love going that thing, go that up and up. So yeah, the game is it's a gacha game, but it's something that you just turn it off, let the game play by itself. You just try to hit the cups on the right place and get the points. And I just like it. I thought it was a very fun game to play. I'm not going to lie. I gave 20 euros to get the gems to speed up the process. But the amount of fun that I got out of the game, it was worth it.
Right on. And Kurok.
So I've aside from the addiction of Animal Crossing, I got props. I've been playing this game.
Ooh,
You guys can see it.
Oh, that's a classic.
yeah.
That one.
Sphinx and
That's a great
the
game.
Cursed Mummy. A little bit of a story. This is my OG Xbox copy that my brother bought me. I think it was in 2003 for my birthday. I played it, but I never finished it. They re-released it for the Switch.
Okay.
So I've been playing it on the Switch, and I'm loving it. Action adventure type game with elements of puzzle in it. So your 3D world and you're walking around set in the old, Egyptian type mythology. And I think I clocked about 8 hours into the game on my Switch. And then one day I went to load up the game and I wasn't looking. And it's one of those where you pick the slot and then you hit load. But I hit start new game. And I started a new game, and then I go back to the load screen. I'm like, wait, this is not where I was. I go back to the load screen, and I lost the 8 hours.
Oh, and you didn't have a cloud saved?
No, because this is like, yeah. So in the end, I got real angry, put my Switch down, said, that's it, I'm not playing it. And then I went back and I played about an hour. So I'm about an hour into it. But great game. I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun.
Very frustrating. I understand.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Alrighty, now Murple, what have you been playing?
I blame Kurok completely because
Just blaming
did-
everybody.
he did gift me this game. It's Kina. I say her name wrong all the time.
Yeah.
I used to say Kina.
Bridge of Spirits. I love it. It's adorable. I love the rots. They're so cute, and I gushed for like maybe 5 minutes that I could give them hats. I'm about 2.8 hours, give or take, depending on if the hours is right on Steam. And I love it. It's so cute. It's so adorable. I die a lot, but
Yeah, that game is not easy.
and I am playing it on easy too.
Yeah,
But, it's definitely going to be a game I replay, and then once they come out with a sequel, I'm like, yep, you're coming home. You're coming home with me. I want a plushie of the rots. They're so cute, so adorable. I'm addicted to trying to collect them all.
That's a trophy, actually.
I kind of figured that they were, because I'm like, okay, these are collectibles. Every single time there's a collectible, there's a trophy linked to it, so I want them all.
Nice.
I want plushies of them all.
Glad you
Eventually,
like
you'll
it.
just see a bunch of rots around my apartment.
Oh, if you had your way and you had infinite money, you'd be
Yeah.
freaking covered. You wouldn't be having a green screen background on right now. Just be the rods. And there'd be
Yep.
100 of them, and your cat
Yep.
trying to knock them all down.
Yep. They're so cute, man. I'm definitely going to get the second game. I want it now. I blame Kirok for this addiction.
I blame it as
You're
well,
welcome.
Yeah. That's a good one to get addicted, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a
That is
great game.
And Fryman, what have you been playing?
Lately I've been playing for no reason at all, of course.
Mm-hmm.
A Resident Evil 4 remake for, again, no reason at all, given what the current week is. And yes, as you can see by the background, I was playing it on PC with my fun little typewriter RGB keyboard. It's really nice.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sick.
actually real. It does have it. This does work as an enter key, but you don't get the thing that a typewriter would do, but it's fun. So
How often do
Yeah.
you have to change the ink ribbons?
we don't talk about that. we don't talk about that. But yeah, no, just been replaying that because Resident Evil Requiem is on its way out and it's on its way here, and so looking forward to that. Just kind of familiarizing myself because it's been a while since I played an RE game. So yeah, it's been fun, and this keyboard, not bad. I really liked it.
Nice.
Nice. And speaking of Resident Evil, today it dropped the Metacritics for RE9 Requiem.
Yeah.
And it's been sitting quite well for all the platforms. But the bulk of the reviews seem to be on the PS5. There's 115 for critic reviews on PS5, 10 for Xbox, 17 for PC, and 12 on the Switch too. But
Well, that's where it leaked the most, was on PlayStation 5, probably.
yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, there have been the leaks, but it's nice to see it come out strong like this, and people liking this, and especially high on the Switch 2. I've heard and listened to a bit of Switch 2 reviews, and people are like, "Oh yeah, no, this plays well on the Switch 2," and it's like, yay, because I've got the Switch 2 version and the controller. You know, it's the real definitive version because A, you can take it on the go, and it's the one that got the special controller. Suck it, Sony.
It's interesting how the Xbox One is the highest out of all of them in terms of rating and the fewest critic reviews.
Ah, the Xbox Hub.
Oh no way! They say, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's only the Xbox. It's actually only really the Xbox.
Not
ones
biased at all.
that-
Not biased.
Yeah,
at
not
all.
biased at all. Yeah,
Very
and
true.
I imagine most of those are all on this Series X, not the S. I think against the S, but I'd be curious to hear how it is on the S. But what do y'all think about the RE9
Well,
reviews coming out?
For me, I'm definitely, it's getting me excited, especially everything I've seen of the game looks really good. I can't wait to start playing it, and I'm really hoping it's good, especially as I kept seeing all those leaks about it, which some of them I did get spoiled. I'm just like, thank you, internet. But nonetheless, though, I'm still looking forward to trying it. I'm definitely curious about what it's about because a lot of the trailers kind of seem to like not really show much, which is pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious how they're going to do the two gameplay styles that they showed, where one's more like RE7 with playing as Grace, and then Leon's like RE4. So curious how it all is going to combine and become what it is. So I'm curious how they pull that off.
And in one of the trailers, I saw that he goes back to the police station from RE2, right?
Yeah, they are.
That was at the State of Play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
oh,
also
that's
the
it,
very
that's it.
first. Yeah, that was also the very first trailer they did show. It's like, yeah, we are going back to a pretty much destroyed Raccoon City.
Oh man, that's gonna be
So
good.
I'm very curious what they do with that. And I've heard that part is really good with some of the reviews I did see from both outlets and YouTubers. They said that part is really cool, but they couldn't say anything because NDA.
Right. I was just thinking. Sorry.
No. It's okay. It's very quick because I'm not
Go
gonna
ahead,
go
go ahead,
with
yeah.
the. I'm not gonna. I didn't search a lot when it comes to this game, because like Freeman here, he wanted to go fresh. I want to go fresh. I'm not going to buy this game. I don't want to buy this game. I'm going to see some people play this game because I'm not a scary game guy. But Resident Evil has a kind of special place in my heart. I just kind of think I thought they were going to do something like Assassin's Creed, like they would do like one section, like you can play the game either as Leon or as the girl.
Grace.
Grace, thank you. Either as, and you can have like a different experience. I thought they were going to do something like that, but from what I understand, it's going to be you play a little bit with Leon, then you play a little bit with Grace, and then if you kill a lot of enemies with Leon, it clears out for Grace to go around. And I think that's a unique mechanic that you usually don't see in games. Besides that, I really don't know much more. I'm just glad that Leon is back because he's a fan favorite and one of my favorites.
Mm.
Same here.
Poster boy, pretty much for Resident Evil. I feel like.
Almost. At one point, it almost was Chris, but no, it's Leon.
No, I was going to say, I was thinking of getting it for PS5, mainly because if I wanted to go like handheld, then I could use the Portal. I just don't know how well that'll run, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not totally decided yet, so it's definitely a game on my radar.
Yeah, I have to play. I'm gonna be playing it on Friday.
You sound so mad that you have to play it, Merv. You're like we put a gun to your head and be like, you must play Resident Evil, and you're like, no, don't make me, don't shoot.
I'm very much interested in playing it. I mean, I have the game now thanks to Fryman. Thank you, Fryman.
You're welcome.
The last time I played a Resident Evil game myself was the OG Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
And I did not get very far. I didn't even get into the tutorial area because I'm there. Like, people know I'm horrible at shooting games. Fryman can attest to that too.
Yeah.
But
you do your best, bud. It's okay.
I do like Resident Evil. Like, I watch other people play it. I'm like, okay, this series is really interesting. The lore of it is interesting. The characters are interesting. I just love Leon too because he's amazing. But yeah, I'm very much interested in playing this, and I will be streaming it myself.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, if you want to watch Fubu,
I will. Look,
That's awesome.
It's because I don't deal with scary stuff well, and it's kind of hard when I'm playing a video game and I have to go like this at the same time. So if Myrtle, if you're playing, I can go like this, and then when something scary goes on like this, and you can hear me playing. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm not good with horror either. So since I have a face cam now, you'll be able to see me jump instead of just hearing me scream.
And you should put a heart monitor to show on screen because
If I had a
All those pulsoids.
if I had a heart
Yeah.
monitor, I definitely would have one. That's a good
Alrighty,
idea. That's something I need.
All right. Well, that's something in the comment section. Do we need to get Merple one of those? Let us know.
or Myrtle just goes like up and down, and when you get scared, he goes up and down even more. Like
No,
I
that's
need
what
to see
when I
this
have
now.
sugar. That's what I need when I have sugar.
I mean, even better, have sugar and then play Resident Evil.
But just tell us where to call if something happens, like ambulance address, so we can send someone there.
Oh, I've got his address. If it happens, don't worry. I'll send that one. Yeah.
So,
Don't worry.
so I know where I'm going to see him play. I'm going to go to his Twitch channel to see him play because it's going to be a good old time.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. Just bringing up our next story here. We've got Crimson Desert. We got some more information out on this. It's coming next month. I think like March 19th.
Ooh.
It's
Believe so.
not going to be a traditional RPG. You're not leveling up yourself. You're going to be leveling up your gear and stuff like that. So it's not in the sense of I'm level 10. I'm getting my ass kicked to this boss. Let's go level up 5 more times myself and then attempt him. It's all about your gear, your strategies you're going in. And there are people, I've heard people on different sides of it. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm interested. This has me more interested and unique than the whole thing of, I hate it that, oh, you came here, but you didn't, spend 4 hours in that forest there, killing everything, leaving, respawn, wait for all the spawns, and doing that 30 times. You dared to have a life instead. Shame on you. So it's all about making sure your gear and using other mechanics in the game to help you out to win fights. It's like, okay, if this works as well as I'm thinking, this has me intrigued and has me more wanting to try this game. But love to hear from you all.
I don't want to go on a rant, so I'm going to go
okay.
at the end because I have a big ass rant when it comes to this. So I'm going to go at the end. So I'm just saying this now.
Fair enough. All I was gonna say is everything I've seen about this game definitely has my interest. I'm very curious how they're gonna pull it off because it just seems like they just threw everything in the kitchen sink with this game. The more I keep seeing about it, so with the non-traditional leveling system, though, I'm very curious exactly how it's gonna work. But I'm sure there's something still that's gonna resemble a classic, some type of editing system or leveling system in it. So. Yeah, all I know is I'm interested in trying it out still. So, guess we'll just see and how it comes out.
I kind of like the idea of there being no actual leveling system. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded like you meant, Burley, you said that the equipment is what you level up or increase, or do you just switch out and get better equipment?
You can get better equipment, but forgive me if I'm wrong on this.
Yeah.
But you will find, like, you can upgrade your equipment. So like your sword, you can do +2, get it up to +2 and stuff like that.
So I'll bet they'll have like trees, like armory tree or probably a blacksmithing
weapon
tree. Where you can improve your own gear kind of thing. That's probably what they'll do, but that's a guess on my part. They're the developers Pearl Abyss. And they're the same guys that make, oh my God,
Black Desert Online.
Black Desert Online, that's it. And I've played that game. I haven't touched it in forever. It's a nice MMO, but I gotta say that it's got one of the best character creations I've ever seen in any video game. I actually spent a whole bunch of time building a character that looked just like Gandalf, and he's a wizard. And
Nice.
So I'm really hoping that they bring that into this because I didn't ever heard of Desert Crimson up until like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, huh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I'm definitely intrigued.
Yeah, so am I. I've seen this and I was like, oh, that's cool. The fact that you're not leveling up, you're just leveling up your gear. So like my character could be completely different from like Burley's or Fubu's or yours or Fryman's. So I thought that was really cool. You can kind of make the character your own instead of going out, like Burley said, spend like 5 to 6 hours grinding for a level to be a boss. You'd be like, okay, no, I'm going to come back, relook at my gear, rework my strategy, and try it again. It's interesting, and when I've seen it, this very much gives me Witcher vibes. So I'm playing it.
You're playing. Have you guys seen the videos, like trailers? I mean.
Yes,
I've seen a few, especially the gameplay.
Really nice, like really good quality graphics.
Oh yeah.
You're probably not going to see me once this comes out because I'm probably be like, okay, bye. Sorry, I'm sinking my life into this now.
No. Do I have to break out the wand to get your attention?
No, my wand.
There you go.
Okay. First of all, now I want Kirok to get that character again.
Oh,
go to Bridges and say, you shall not pass.
You shall not pass.
I want to see that now. That's
a future YouTube shortcoming.
Yes. I want to see that.
Gosh, I gotta log back into that account. Do I remember the password?
Well, no, even if you can't do it in that, you can do it if you can try and make it in Crimson Desert.
Okay. I'm going to be the opposite of you guys. I'm very afraid with this leveling system. I'm very afraid because the previous game, Black Desert Online, I remember I wanted to go into that game, but I remember that at the entry point, there were some sort of microtransaction. There was a long time ago. I can't really remember exactly what it was and how much it was. I'm afraid with this because it is different. It is smart where you need to level up your weapons. Like Kirok was today my stream. I was streaming Octopath Traveler Zero, and I was telling at some point I was like, "Oh, don't worry, guys. What I'm going to do, which I always do, I'm going to grind outside of the stream. Then when we do the stream, we just do the story, and everything is fine." And that ruins the fun because it takes the challenge out of the end game. That point, I do enjoy what they're doing on this one. Perfect, great. What I'm afraid is because the previous game had influences in microtransactions, microtransactions is something very current in our video games. What I'm afraid is, yes, you can level up your gear, no problem. You can level up your gear, but you have to grind your ass off because you're going to have like a drop rate of 0.01%. But if you want to level up faster, hey, guess what? You can go to the store, you can spend your money, and you can level up as fast as you can. And I'm afraid that might happen, especially being like an MMO. I'm afraid that, again, they will corrupt a very good progression system. I like the progression system where you need to equip better gear instead of getting the levels. I like that. It's different, not unique. I've seen in other places, but I like that type of progression. I'm afraid they might want to corrupt this progression system with microtransactions to try and get money, to get that FOMO, to be the first one to the top levels, to be the first ones to do the hardest level dungeons and whatever, and yada, yada, yada. Those types of things. I'm afraid that might happen, but I hope I'm wrong.
Wow.
Is this an MMO?
No, it's a
it is
single player
not.
game.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's an MMO.
Okay.
I've
No.
read something. I've read.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I thought I read it was some kind of MMO where you have to deal with people. Maybe I read it wrong.
It is a
So-
prequel to Black Desert Online, but
Oh, it's a
it
prequel?
is, yeah, supposedly,
Okay.
yeah. But it is entirely a
I would
open
say-
world single player game.
Okay.
Yeah,
then
that's
I-
what I heard too. That's what I heard
Okay,
too. It was a
it's
single player.
because it's connected to the other one. I thought it was going to be the same one. Okay, my bad.
No,
This-
but they could still do exactly what you're saying, Fubu.
Yeah.
They might, because if you're not leveling up and your goal is to get better equipment, what does it take, or how much more does it take for them to just gate that behind a paywall?
Yeah.
That's a good point. I never even considered.
Kirok, I'm the pessimist in the group. Okay.
I am the voice of reason.
Let's hope it doesn't happen, right? But I mean,
I'm being I'm being pessimistic in a sense because I deal with a lot of online, not online, but games that require you to spend money, like EAFC, like you guys know, even like the Cup Heroes. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I spent 20 euros, but I was enjoying the game. And again, if you are enjoying the game, there's nothing wrong with it. We are not here saying microtransactions are bad. We are not saying that. Let me be clear on that aspect. I just don't want that to be.
Well, I'm glad you made it clear because they just texted me and said, Uber doesn't stop this thing. We're not going to do the marketing deal with you guys.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Give the rest of us copies. Fubu's copy can come a little late. That's what I said.
Make me suffer.
Okay.
Yeah.
it looks good. That's all I got to say. It does
Oh yeah,
look really good.
that's
It
something.
does look
Just let me conclude with this.
Yeah.
The game looks way too good to be real. I don't want them to do what they did with Watchdog a few years ago. You remember Watchdog?
Oh,
yeah.
To
I was there.
Allen.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. It was amazing when the game came out. I was like, But
Yeah.
I hope they don't do this because at this moment, that game seems way too good to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, though, according to good old Twitter, as of 13 minutes ago, content creators have expressed their early impressions, and they said everything in it is real.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
it might be real.
Breaking
It
news,
might be
breaking
real.
news. Good job, Fran.
I'm
Breaking news.
considering getting
Breaking
this on Xbox as a play anywhere, so I could play it on PC and on my Series X.
Right on. Yeah, no, this is a game I've been. But March is a stacked month.
I
So
know.
it's like
very much.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
we got RE9 coming at the end of the week and into beginning of March, and then another game coming out, and some other games early March. We'll talk something about later on in this episode here.
Yes, exactly.
The more photos I'm looking of Crimson Desert, it definitely really reminds me of The Witcher, and I'm so happy to play it. It does look like it might have some MMO elements because I just saw like a little mini trailer that popped up. But it doesn't matter if it has MMO elements and like microtransactions could be a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's probably just up to the players. Like, do you want to spend money? Do you not want to spend money? Hopefully they don't lock like good stuff. Be like, hey, buy this in their store.
I'm more, for me, more if they do microtransaction, it is a thing. But as long as like if the stuff is easily crafting materials easily to get, that's fine. And if you got to do a little work and you want to, you know what, I can spend $40 and just get all the crafting stuff at early bunch at once. That's another person's prerogative. It's how you want to play the game. You do you. It's when okay, if you don't give us that $40, we're gonna make it where something that should just take you a little bit of time now gonna take you 50, 60 hours. Like remember there was the whole thing with the sequel to Middle Earth Shadow War.
Yeah.
The sequel where they made it for the end game. You were gonna grind an insane amount, or you could just give us $20.
I remember that. I remember. By the way, there's orcs in this game, right? Like you can create a race of orc.
I believe. I don't
Yeah,
know about
there's like
that, but there's you can ride dragons.
goblin.
Yes, that's the MMO type of element that I've seen, but that's just single player too. You can just ride mounts. Like mounts is not strictly to multiplayer or MMO.
Yeah.
I mean, horses counts as mounts. So
I mean, you got donkeys there, so maybe we can ride donkeys. Maybe you can make yourself an ogre, call yourself Shrek, and call your donkey your noble steed.
If I make an orc, his name is gonna be Orcasm. That's his name.
Orgasm.
From everything that I've seen, it looks like you're one person only, but that could just be their character that they make to promote the art or promote the game.
Yeah,
because I seen games do that where you could customize characters, but like they're like, this is going to be our character that will be like showing off for different all these trailers. Like I think Skyrim did that, and all the Elder Scroll games.
yeah, they do that all. Games do that all the time.
Yeah.
Standard for that. Alrighty, anything else on Crimson Desert or?
No.
We good.
Yeah.
Good.
I want to play it.
Yep, can't wait to play it.
Alrighty. And this had just passed on Saturday, 40th anniversary for The Legend of Zelda. We just passed, and you may think to yourself, really, it was the 40th anniversary? I didn't even think or know anything about that because Nintendo didn't even do anything.
They did nothing.
They did nothing. And Zelda is in my top 3 Nintendo franchises, and Mario is not in the top 3. It's like, I don't expect, like, I'm not expecting when this came on Saturday, them to bring out Miyamoto and be like, here you go, here's Ocarina of Time remake in Breath of the Wild engine kind of thing. And looking and see how better it looks there. But it's like, really? You can't say to us even, hey, we've got stuff cooking. let us cook a little, and we've got stuff for you later this year or next year. Just give us something, like, because we got Pokemon Day at the end of this week on the 27th, and they've already leaked a couple games on the eShop because remember, we're still getting close to the end of the fiscal year. Nintendo likes money, and that is just printing the money. It's like, hey guys, like you could easily port the Wind Waker HD from the Wii U to the Switch 1 and Switch 2. You put that for $30 on the eShop and make a physical edition for 40 available. You know what's gonna happen? Gonna sell.
Oh yeah.
I was expecting them to do something because, like, Legend of Zelda is one of their mascots. Like, I think they technically have 3 mascots: Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, and then I think Mario is the third one. So I did expect
Mario
them to
would be number one. Mario's their
Yeah,
number one
yeah.
mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that they were going to do something with Legend of Zelda, maybe like port one of their older games, do like maybe a bundle of something, like, especially if they ever make Twilight Princess, you'll be having my money because Twilight Princess
Yeah.
is my all-time favorite. Like, even if they said like, hey, here's these games that you can have for celebrating, Legend of Zelda, I'll be like, okay, cool. Or even them porting like, Ocarina of Time onto the Switch.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Because I think Ocarina of Time is like their all-time biggest Zelda game. I could be wrong on that. Anyone can correct me.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean by biggest? And
The most popular, I think.
Yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
I might say Breath of the Wild at this point, because Breath of the Wild was the one that sold like 20 million units.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
Like, Ocarina of Time, don't get me wrong, is very, very popular and has been a long-lasting in the pop culture staple. Because like it was the big N64 game for them, and it was so much like after the first year of the 3DS, they made the special Ocarina of Time 3DS console with the port to 3DS, and they did a lot on that port. It was just great, and I played that. It was the version I played and beat back in the day.
but it still would have been nice if they gave us something on this. But they're like, we're going to sweep this under the rug. Oh, by the way, here's something about Pokemon, which I think they released like it's pretty much confirmed, I believe at this point, of like the Leaf Green, Fire Red.
Yeah, they're on the eShop right now. You can buy them each copy here in Canada. It's $33 and change with tax.
Yeah.
But the thing they did, because they're like, you want an English? Here's an English copy. Here's one French. Here's one in Spanish. You got to buy them separate. Like,
I think that's dumb, but whatever. It is what it is. But it's just stupid that they didn't do anything for Zelda. But then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's something about Pokemon. Who cares about Zelda? Even though Zelda's older than Pokemon. But
Pokemon's the franchise besides Mario.
Yeah.
it is their biggest franchise in terms of making money, because it just all the merchandising and all that. It prints money.
I still like Zelda. I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that their the 40th anniversary hit until like you told me. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, they're 40. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot they're like 10 years older than Pokemon.
And Nintendo's really been dropping the ball lately with
out
a lot of the stuff.
So I'll give you my perspective on this, because I never played Zelda games when I like NES or anything like that. The first exposure I ever had to Zelda was Minish Cap, I think it was, on the Game Boy Advanced. And it was good. It was fun. I never finished it, but I loved the dynamic and how you could shrink by I think it was putting the cap on, and then the world you were in that looked like it was limited became something new, and you could keep doing stuff. But then years later, my next game was Breath of the Wild. Right? I never played anything else. And then because I liked Breath of the Wild quite a bit, again, a game I never finished, you're going to find that's a common thing with me. Then after I played Breath of the Wild and really liked it, it's what made, I was talking to a friend and they were like, you got to try Ocarina of Time. And then I got the copy that you're talking about, Burley, the one on the 3DS, and I played it on there. Again, I never finished it. but it was so good. It was so good. I got wrapped up in that one too, for a period of time. And even though I didn't finish it, I still enjoyed myself for what I was doing. So I'm surprised. They could have done something like picked an old game and updated it like they did with Link's Awakening for the Switch.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of Minish Cap, it's right there in the picture.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And funny enough, Minish Cap is actually not a game done by Nintendo. That was done by
Oh,
Capcom.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, Capcom is the only other real company besides the Philips games that did main Zelda Zelda games, because Capcom did Minish Cap. They did the 2 Oracle games, Oracle of Seasons and Ages on the Game Boy Color.
I also love the Oracle games. I think the Oracle
Yeah.
games was my very first games, and then I believe it was Twilight Princess.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I didn't play many of the handheld games. I was always playing the console ones because growing up, I didn't really have many handhelds. I'm outside of the Game Boy Advance, but even then, I didn't play Zelda on it. I mainly played the console games, starting with Ocarina of Time, because that was the one my mom liked playing growing up, and she introduced me to Zelda and a lot of Nintendo stuff. And then I think after that, I tried Wind Waker, and then I liked both of them. And then weirdly enough, I went backwards, and it's like, okay, A Link to the Past next, because my grandmother had it on the Super Nintendo.
oh
And
wow.
I still have the box copy somewhere.
Nice.
Full complete in box. It was pretty sweet. Then inevitably it's like we got a Wii and I played Twilight Princess and like, yeah, this is the game where I like the franchise. And then the other ones just came as they came out, like Skyward Sword. I didn't get a Wii U at first, but I eventually got one and got the HD remasters, and then now here we are, Switch 2. I got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I like those games, but I kind of miss the old Zelda
old
games.
style,
Yeah, the old style just a bit, because I feel like in the new ones they really haven't got it yet. They haven't found a way to fully transfer that style over. Like, because those 2 games are great, but it just feels like the dungeons and sometimes the story is kind of the afterthought to like the overall world and everything else that they present in those games. So hopefully, whenever they do talk about the next mainline game, they have something like that. They do something like that,
Mhm.
where they can find a way to perfectly balance the old and the new. And yes,
Yes.
that too. Bring that back.
As you notice, I'm quiet. I'm putting the same amount of effort on this topic as Nintendo put on Zelda's anniversary.
Nice.
A great line there.
That was excellent.
Thank you. No, okay. And I'm gonna throw my piece now. Seriously, I'm gonna throw my piece. Like Kirok, I remember playing the Super Nintendo, but I don't have memories of playing A Legend of Zelda. I think my first exposure was probably the Ocarina of Time for the 3DS, and then I got hooked and I played Majora's Mask, which I think it's a very beautiful game with a very interesting urban legend behind it. And
Then
then
drowned.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That's
It's perfect.
that's a good one. That's a very nice one. And then I started to exploring with emulation other games. Minish Cap. I think Minish Cap is a unique game with great visuals. I played the DS ones, the Phantom Tracks, and the previous one, which is
Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass, which is a direct sequel for the Wind Waker. And I do like the type of art style, the cel shaded. And I think because they are on the 3DS, it's not as available as other games. I think because you can play a Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Last I saw, you could play on the service that you can buy, the online
Yeah, the
service.
Nintendo Online.
Yeah, exactly. You can play those, and I think the Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass are forgotten in the DS system. I think if they could have transported to the Switch and the Switch 2 and allow a new generation to play those games, because they are very cute games, very puzzling games. They're more puzzles than fighting, to be honest. And I was hoping that they would present some of those old games to the newer generation. So I will have to be honest. I was very, very disappointed that one of their mascots was completely forgotten in their 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I forgot all about Spirit Tracks.
It's
I
a good
have
one.
I have
Yeah,
Phantom
actually.
Hourglass, and I loved Phantom Hourglass. I thought it was really unique, and I like how they had like all the mechanics of the DS. Like, there's one point where you had to scream into the microphone or blow into the microphone to
Yeah.
blow out a candle or whatever.
Exactly.
I thought that was really cool. I did not pick up Spirit Tracks.
Oh, it's a good one. It's basically the same thing, but with the train.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I heard it was really good.
Yeah, it
I
was
just didn't personally play it.
Wind Waker's a good one.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
I never
Wind
played
Waker
that.
is
I know,
great. Like I have the I have the Wii U console, where it's got the Wind Waker theming on it and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
That's the version of Wind Waker. I played the GameCube version. I had played it, but I never beat it. It has some settling enhancements. Like one of the things is Wind Waker, the sailing does take a little while, but you
Yeah.
can get the you can go once you get your ship, you can go into the auction house and buy the red sail, and it makes it so much nicer. And then they also did stuff for a hunt later in the game that you would have to do on the GameCube. They trimmed the fat on that and made it a lot quicker, which is it's just quality of life stuff. Like for me, my first Zelda game was actually Link's Awakening. I didn't have the black cartridge. I had the original gray cartridge version. Didn't have the color dungeon and you getting the extra tunic for extra power or extra defense. That was the first one I played and I owned. And then like Link to the Past is still my favorite from the SNES. I think that just was like perfect on 2D, and I loved that on the 3DS you had a sequel, Leap Between Worlds. I think did it
Oh
justice.
yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Did such justice. Like it was a good game. They did a new mechanic, and people at first were like, "Oh, the whole thing of renting items," but you could buy the items. It was just, "Oh, if you need that item, but you don't have enough rupees for it, you could rent it for." I forget the numbers. Like, you can rent it for 30 rupees or buy it for 200. You could rent it for a bit, go grind the rupees up, and go back and just go buy it quick. And the whole thing, what they do with the story and that, all the mechanics of you going into the wall and stuff like that, and the extra puzzle solve. It's like, it just shows so much creativity. I never finished Breath of the Wild, and I need to go back. It's actually Fryman's fault that I never finished Breath of the Wild. And,
Okay.
Purple, it's not your fault this time.
Yeah.
Not sure. You got
We
out,
have
you
this
got
on
out
tape.
easy.
We have this on tape.
hey, just so how this was going, because I was streaming Breath of the Wild at the time, and there was like, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 days before Tears of the Kingdom, and Fry's like, "You're playing Tears of the Kingdom." And he was right. It was one of the best decisions I made streaming wise. It was a good idea, and I loved Tears of the Kingdom. Was a great game. A great game. They did some unique things. It is Breath of the Wild, but they gave you new abilities, new mechanics, and stuff that they enhanced some stuff from Breath of the Wild. But I will admit, these last 2 mainline Zelda games have felt story is taken. I feel is much more laxed, and you can, depending how you do, because they kind of do it of play the intro hour and then you can play the game how you want after that. And we just show you the basic mechanics, which is cool and all, but I kind of like the whole narrative thing when you get in a traditional Zelda style. And like some of the shrines, they're cool and neat, but then some of them just get boring, because like when you find your 20th test of strength shrine, it's like, just go beat up this enemy with this. I'm tired of this. I've done this 19 more other times. And I'm just doing this just to get heart containers or up my stamina wheel. That way I can just get the master.
That's why Ocarina's Time is a superior Zelda. It's the best one.
Ocarina is great. Like Ocarina is in my, like, I would say my top 3 would be Link to the Past, Ocarina, and Twilight Princess. Like there's a lot. Like it is hard to narrow it down to top 10. Like just if you made me do a top 10 of Zelda games, I'd have to sit here for an hour to 2 or at least, because it's got so many great games and they're great in their different and unique ways with what they do with the story, gameplay mechanics, the items, the dungeons. Because that is something that Zelda has done so well. Like the levels, you remember them, the dungeons, and having to do all the different puzzles, the unique mechanics, like going into the water temple in Ocarina of Time, and you go into that area, and then you're like, oh, there's nothing here. And then Shadow Rises. Oh, you fight like the Shadow Link fight. So good.
Great to hear you speak that way.
No, please. No, this is your turn. The other time I cut you off and I continue. So please, Carl.
I was just saying for like the way he speaks about it, the passion behind it, so good. I just admire that.
When I was playing Ocarina of Time for the first time, I realized I was failing as a gamer. I've gamed all my life. And I kept progressing because nowadays I don't like as many games as before because I feel that games handheld you too many times. I do understand it's bigger games, it's bigger everything. And I started playing Ocarina of Time. Yeah, everything is going well. Bro, when I got to the water temple for the first time, bro, I don't remember the first time I suffered so much. Like, and at that moment I was like, and I'm gonna drop my F-bomb for the episode, like, what the fuck do I do now? I was really like, hey, what do I do now? And then I realized, bro, it's because I'm playing these games and they tell me where to go, what to get.
Yellow paint and everywhere.
Yeah, yellow paint everywhere. I was like, bro, no. And this is something, okay, we won't talk as much, but our generation, millennials, because we're all about, except you, Murple, you're a baby, but everyone else, we're all millennials around here, and the games that we played made us think different, have a different mentality than the Gen Zs and all that, because studies show that Gen Z is the first generation that it's dumber than, sorry, Murple, than the generation before.
Thanks.
No, but this is a true fact, and it was games, us gamers, that we had to think how to do. I learned how to speak English by playing Final Fantasy VII. I was so addicted to that game. I didn't understand the puzzle or something. I would write it down. I would take to my professor at school. And I was like, what does this mean? And she would help me. And that helped me how to speak English nowadays.
Wow,
that
that's
was
pretty
one of the
awesome.
factors.
Yeah.
And nowadays, if you want to go play, let's say, Fortnite, you don't need to think a lot. Sorry, I'm ranting just very quick. But you want to go play Fortnite, you don't have to think. You just have to fight and build, whatever. If you want to play a story game, you can put, because it's translated in every single language. Oh, I'm Portuguese. I'm going to put in Portuguese, at least the writing, the subtitles in Portuguese or in Spanish or in Russian, whatever. Me? No, you have to fucking learn or you won't be able to play. Oh, sorry. I won't swear on the next episode. I'm sorry. I already did it today. No, I'm done.
Comment section, you got to keep Fubu on that and let him know. In episode 3, if that happens, you got to get on Fubu.
No, wait, it's from the previous episode that I wasn't. So I used my previous one. Never mind.
There you go. Made up for it.
I was still hoping to
Beef.
have a lot of the old games, mainly because Phantom Hourglass was actually the only one I ever beat by myself. This makes me sound incredibly stupid. So I could not beat any of the other games. I would always go to my sister and be like, hey, can you help me? I can't get this puzzle, or like I don't understand it. And my sister was like, okay. Then after a while, she's like, go away. Do it yourself. So I never beat any of them, except for Phantom Hourglass. I see the endings though, because my sister was the one that always had the Legend of Zelda games, and she beat all of them. And I used to watch her. Yeah, I still couldn't beat them on my own. Like the Wind Waker. Oh my god, there's one point in the Wind Waker I just could not pass. I could probably pass it now that I'm older, but at that time I was like, nope, can't do it. So I was really hoping for a lot of the older games so I could replay them. but some of them are on the subscription site, like the Ocarina, the Oracle games. I don't think Ocarina is it?
Ocarina in Majora Mask are on
Okay.
NSO. The Oracle games are not on there, nor is the original Link's
No.
Awakening.
Oh, okay.
No, the Oracle games are on the
Or-
NSO, not Link's Awakening.
Majora's Mask, I could never play that one because that used to terrify me and give me nightmares as a kid.
Yeah.
It was a
It,
scary
it
game.
was.
Yeah, it's a scary. I have not finished. I have the 3DS version because I actually have the 3DS Majora's Mask console.
No, that's
I
nice.
remember. Yeah,
That
I've
was a
got
nice
both
one.
that one, the Ocarina. I remember going day 1 and 9, going for that and picking up the copy of the game, and because there were two games launching for that for the new 3DS, because it was the new 3DS XL, and you had that, and you had the Monster Hunter 4 for the 3DS, because they actually had lines in the GameStop. This GameStop's closed. They had one line was the Zelda line and one was the Monster Hunter line.
Yeah. Like, I think, the Majora's Mask was the very first Zelda game that I believe was very dark.
Oh, yeah.
The only other dark plot I can think of is maybe Twilight Princess, but that wasn't as dark as like
But
It,
Majora's
it had a
Mask.
lot of it had a lot of dark elements to it, especially with one of the backstory to one of the characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still like Twilight Princess though. Majora's Mask still will give me probably nightmares to this day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when it does the close up of the masked guy and he
Mhm.
starts
Skull
shaking.
Kid.
Yeah, Skull Kid. Yeah, exactly, Skull Kid.
And
he
also the
starts
fact that
shaking.
it has-
Bro, yeah, I remember. Yeah,
And also the fact that it has the timer that always gave me anxiety. Whenever there's like a countdown in a game, I have so much anxiety with that.
I hate that too.
Yeah.
I hate that too.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
right
and
there
then
with you.
you're put on the timer, and you got to use the one song to slow it down to help you out, and then you have to. That's the thing. Majora's Mask, that game, you have to sit there and that was the thing. Like, I stopped, I did a bit into it, and it's like, okay, you have to plan your cycles out, and it's like, to me, it's a guide game in this
Yep.
day and age, because you got to know, okay, because you can screw yourself early in a cycle for doing one thing, and then you got to realize, okay, what in this cycle that I have left can I still do to make this cycle not just do the Song of Time over again?
Mhm.
Restart the cycle.
That's
It's
a
just-
Zelda game I'm never playing.
What goes through my head is there was a boardroom somewhere at Nintendo with couple people in there going, "Hey, you know what? It's our 40th for Zelda coming up. You want to do anything?" And the others were like, "Nah." Like they just missed it. They just missed
Yeah.
it.
Nintendo, look at this video. How hard is it to put a little bit of effort on your product?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think that's enough on the Zelda thing, or unless anyone's got.
Yeah, good.
I'm
Yeah.
good. We did their job anyway, so.
Yeah, we did more than they did, and
No, 'cause everyone's like, everyone watching this, like, ooh, what is that Spirit Tracks that everyone's talking about? It's the only game Merple finished. I have to see it out.
Phantom Hourglass was the only one.
I'm sorry.
Spirit Tracks I never
Probably
played.
play both.
No, sorry,
Play both
yeah,
though.
Yeah, just play
play
both.
both,
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
Yeah.
alrighty. Now here's some news that I was surprised on, and I'm not gonna lie, pissed me off. Because Sony is shutting down the studio that did behind the Demon Souls remake. Has a lot of other remakes and collections for them. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kira.
No problem. Got my
Bluepoint,
prop.
and it's like, you kidding me? You blocked Bluepoint after the Demon Souls remake. What'd you do with them?
Nothing.
Nothing. You had them work on a live service, and then this is also rumors. So we can't confirm this, but there have been stuff on social media. Apparently, ex-members have been talking from Bluepoint and saying like, "Oh, despite critical acclaim, Sony felt remakes and remasters were not profitable enough because the Shadow of the Colossus one apparently lost money. The one in 2018 that didn't make enough."
Mm.
But there are others, I know, like the God of War collection on PS3 that they did back in the day of 1 and 2, that made them money. They said Shadow Colossus reported lost money, though it was greenlit by Shuhei Yoshida for preservation. Bluepoint's design department consisted of only 1 to 2 people, making a full original project difficult without expansion. Studio assumed Blood Porn was their next project, was never greenlit due to fragile internal politics from Sony and From Software, because apparently both those companies just hate money. Because like I talked with this on my one coworker, and he's like, they're not going to just like, they gave a basic PS5 patch for Bloodborne. And he's like, if they ported that to PC, that alone, they would get 5 million sales the week it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you do a full PS5 remaster too, like it's a ton of money. They were suggesting remakes, other remakes that never happened. Under Jim Ryan, Sony pushed for live service God of War spin-off with them. The goal was to turn the IP into an Assassin's Creed style franchise, exploring its various mythologies. The project was described as Demon Souls meets God of War, but they were not allowed to use Kratos. You're going to do a God of War thing and you can't use Kratos.
Yeah.
That's just, let's shoot ourselves in the foot. You shouldn't be having them do this. And there were conflicts between Santa Monica Studios and Bluepoint on this whole live service. And it's like, they also apparently pitched Jak and Daxter remakes, Resistant, an enhanced Shadow of Colossus with 4 to 6 new bosses. I can understand Sony if the Shadow of Colossus remake did not make enough money.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand that one not getting greenlit. A small team worked on Bloodborne remake pitch for 2 to 3 months. Sony again kept pulling it. They had a codename Black Fang, a Ghost of Tsushima spinoff that Sony initially liked. The studio was given until March of 2026 to prototype it. Sony announced the studio closure and the cancel of Black Fang.
That would have been cool.
That had me interested, but you know what's funny? We just had the State of Play announced. God of War remakes.
Yep.
You know who you should be having to help you with this?
Bluepoint.
Bluepoint. Who did your God of War collection back on the PS3? Bluepoint. They did the Metal Gear collection back on the PS3. They did all these collections for you. Like all their collections from, I haven't bought them all, but the ones that I have bought and played did a damn good job.
And especially like how it's written there, because I didn't know that Bluepoint had anything to do with God. Because I don't really know much about Bluepoint, but I did not know that they made Ragnarok. So like,
they co-developed it with Sony. Yeah, they co-developed it with Sony Santa Monica.
Yeah, so like they definitely have knowledge on God of War, so they could have easily have done the God of War remake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I'm disappointed because I remember back in the day when before they were bought by Sony, there were rumors that they would probably, one of the things they could do was a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1 and the track record they had at the time, which I don't think they had the bad track record until now, to be honest. But back then, even then, they were already very hyped. It was after the Shadow of the Colossus. 'Cause I did buy that game, by the way. I played not the original, but I bought the HD. Well, not bought, they gave it on Plus. And I loved the game so much that I bought when the Bluepoint remake came out. So I helped them. So it's all on you guys if you didn't help buy that game. Okay.
No, I bought it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
so Kerry,
Yeah, I bought that
haven't
28
played it.
retake because I heard good things to Shadow Colossus. I'll be honest, I tried it. Me and my one buddy were sitting there and we're sitting and just playing it, and we're both like, yeah, we're just not feeling that. And it's like I mean to go back and try it again because I've had games, but like they did one original game on the PS3 called Blast Factor in 2006. 2009 did the God of War collection. 2011 did the Ico and Shadow Colossus PS3, as well as the Metal Gear HD collection that gave you, I think it was 1, 2, and 3.
Yes,
on there.
Well.
On 2015, the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, which is a great collection if you never played the first 3 Uncharted. Gravity Rush remaster in 2015 because Gravity Rush was in a niche series on the Vita. Then Shadow of Colossus. Then they did the Demon Souls. They also did support for PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale for the Vita version. I love that game. They did support for Flower, Titanfall on the Xbox 360 back in 2014, and God of War Ragnarok. So like they have stuff under their belt. It's just like you buy them, you waste them. I feel this is just a like leftover of the whole Jim Ryan wasted money and did all this stuff with live service, and because they're cutting them now, get that money, put it as a loss there to help for tax time at the end of the year. The end of corporate year is end of March, if I'm not mistaken. So get that off. That way then they can throw more money into what? Bear games? Oh, please no. Or well, now, because we now know of this Horizon multiplayer game, and guess what? Who's in charge of this stuff? Herman Holst. And Herman's getting shit for it, and sorry, Herman kind of needs to, because Herman is not the guy for the job, in my opinion. He needs to go.
Yeah.
Fire Herman Hulse. That's all I got to say about this whole situation. Like, yeah, I don't like what he's been doing, honestly. So, yeah, just get rid of him. I think we'd be fine without him.
Well,
yeah.
when I'm thinking about this, like Bluepoint, I only know a few of the games that they made, but you've named off a few, like Ragnarok. I think they worked with them.
Yeah, co-developed.
Like Demon Souls, the ones I was holding up, Demon Souls. That game I bought it years and years and years ago, and then they did the remake when the PS5 just came out, because that was around the same time as the PS5 launch. So I bought it. I wanted to play it.
Yes, exactly.
But my thing is this: I just don't like it when I see, and this is happening all too often, I don't like it when I see number crunchers decide the fate of all these people, right? They're designers, they're creators. My background is graphic design. It's just, if I almost went into making video games. I went to apply to school. They were like, yeah, you're in, no problem. And then my life went a different direction. But I keep thinking, man, if I was in that industry, I probably would have been canned a long time ago at some point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys remember a studio called Pandemic, I think.
Yes, I do.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
the
they
developers of Star Wars Battlefront, right?
and the Saboteur, one of my favorite games, and I love it. I've played it a few times. I've streamed it, and EA buys them and cans them, and I was like, "What the freaking hell?" It just, this kind of stuff, when I see it, it really doesn't sit well with me. It bothers me.
What's the point of buying somebody if you're just going to be like, yeah, we don't need you anymore?
Give them a chance to come up with a new IP, something, you know? I mean, they look at the money now instead of looking at, hey, what if we got something later on down the line? Put investment in them, make something. But people say it's too risky now with the cost of games.
Yeah.
Got it. I got it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's too risky, but yeah, we're gonna go into this whole live service, waste hundreds of millions, waste on, do another Concord, and it seems they're not fully learning after Concord. All you should have done to Bluepoint is, here you go. Here's 10 to 12 games on our back catalog.
Yeah.
What do you want to make? Okay, this is this out of the 12. This is our top priority. Okay, we'll see you in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's it. Okay, come back. Here you go. Now there's 11, or maybe because you took that game off, we'll put another game. And then, okay, you keep doing that, keep giving them. And if they ever want to do something original and do an original game, you can hear them out and, weighs the pros and cons on what they want to do and figure that side. But you keep them around doing this because you could have helped them. They helped with Ragnarok to get that out. Yet Santa Monica's going to do these remakes. You're not going to have these guys around to help them.
Yeah. It's weird. It's
It makes
weird.
it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's that quote that if you're gonna judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it's gonna fail. And Bluepoint was great at making these remakes and remasters and stuff. Why make them on one of those types of games that I think it's I think all of us as a community, a gamer community, we don't want these types of games. We don't want these new Horizons games that gonna come out. We don't want Concords. There's a few minority that maybe wants, but we don't want that type of game. We want it to go back to the roots, or at least I want to go back to the roots where we have a single player game. Okay, if you want to put the DLC with a little bit more story, okay, we go for it. But
Mhm.
don't force them to do something they never done before. Is put them on what they're good. Like you were saying, Burley. You have these IPs, pick one, do something special with it, and it's done. And now I think it's a waste.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely is.
agreed.
Hmm.
Because I still have the mentality of what's the point of buying them if you're just going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to buy you, waste money on buying them out, and then be like, yeah, screw you, we're going to tan you all, pretty much.
Hmm.
That's what it's. Yeah.
Fire Herman Hulse. That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
everything I'll say about that.
And then
Yeah.
Fry had brought this up because we got this a couple days after. Like
Oh,
we get
Yeah.
just out of nowhere the Wolverine release date coming
Yeah.
September 15th. Don't get me wrong, I am excited. I love Insomniac. I love the character Wolverine. Insomniac has given me great titles over
My-
the years, and I'm
my
glad to see
question-
we get a release date. But you're just going to announce it here and just give just a small image.
Yeah, it's almost like they forgot that they had an event called the Sony State of Play for the month of February. Why was this not there? Especially if you're just gonna drop it on a random Tuesday, a few days after the fact of, the news gets out about you closing down Bluepoint, and you just randomly announce, not even with a new gameplay trailer, just this still like kind of GIF for a few seconds that shows the release date. It's just like, what's going on here?
To me, it
I
seems
wonder
like
why.
damage control. It seems
It's
like
pretty
damage control
much.
to me.
It's
Yeah,
pretty much. It's
it-
like,
It's like what you do with kids. You go like, look at the keys, look at the keys, look at the shiny.
And that's when you stick the broccoli in their mouth.
Exactly.
Or that one video I was watching of like Mark.
Yeah,
I think it was, like,
broccoli.
look at it was like jingle jingle, and then he could continue on saying something else. Jingle jingle. Like,
Well, that's what we do with Murple to get his attention. We just say chicken nuggies, and then he focuses in on it.
yep.
yeah,
But
keep that.
wasn't
Get
this
that.
game coming out in November at the same time as GTA? I had this idea because they were like, we're not changing dates. There was a thing when GTA announced they were. I had this memory. It might be wrong.
No,
I'm
I think
getting
you're
old,
right.
I think it was November, and they said we are not moving dates, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight between Wolverine and GTA." And now it's September because GTA is November. I'm pretty sure it's November. Like
Yeah,
I said,
it is.
I'm making my match. I'm trying to get my girlfriend pregnant now, so she has the baby in November. So I have parental leave, and I can play GTA all I want. I've been trying that.
And
It's
I'll
not
say,
Please
doing
tell me you didn't use that when you were trying to, have this discussion with your girl to have a baby. If I get you pregnant now, I can play GTA while you're nursing the baby and all.
Well, not with my girlfriend, but with another girl.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
yeah,
Yeah.
you,
No,
I think you're.
and that girl's reply was, "F you, I want to play the game as well."
Yeah, GTA
No.
comes out the 19th of November.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But-
I clearly remember them saying they weren't going to move dates,
Yeah,
and now
agreed.
it's September, so I guess they moved dates.
Yeah.
Mm.
Who's
Now-
excited for the Wolverine game?
I am,
I am.
and I can't play it day
Yeah.
one because I do not have a PS5.
Hmm.
So I'm going to avoid the internet like a plague.
So,
Oh, you
For
can
an
still
entire
watch stuff
super
on it
chat,
here,
so we
Murple.
can buy
Mhm.
Murple a PS5.
Yeah, let's buy Murple a PS5, guys.
So to be quite honest, I could probably watch Burley stream it or like anything else, and by the time it comes out on PC, I'm going to forget everything.
Well, I've had this conversation with Fubu. He's like, oh, I want to be in your stream here, Burley, for this game, but I'm going to eventually buy it and play it myself. I'm like, Fubu, you're going to wait 4 or 5 months and pick it up. And then, and you're going to forget everything. And you're like, bro, you're right.
Yeah, especially because
More
like,
than once, more than once. Yeah, that happened
Yeah.
more than once. Yeah.
But
especially because
like,
I'm so interested in Spider-Man 2.
I'm glad we got the release date, but it's like, yeah, this was damage control. But you know, more on the dumb things Sony has done. They just did another one here.
Oh my god.
Just change. So Horizon multiplayer spinoff gets its playtest this weekend. For Sony, like you have to be in their beta program thing and you can apply and all that. But you know what else is getting coming this besides Resident Evil? Tomorrow is the server slam for Marathon. Their big game that they paid billions for Bungie, sunk millions into Marathon and all the lawsuits and stuff that they've had with Marathon, especially of stealing art and all that. You're now going to put your Horizon spin-off game, play test the same weekend as the Marathon server slam. Sony, like, you can give me, you don't need to pay me that much money. Just hook me up. I never have to pay for PSN. Gift the rest of us here at We Do Podcasts some game codes. We will help and we will fix things for you.
Yeah.
Like, first, the money you're spending on Herman Hulst, you can get rid of him. About a quarter of what you're paying him will be enough to fund our stuff for gifting us games and stuff like that. And then you're saving money. You don't have to give a bonus and all that. But like, this is just like, why would you do this on this weekend? I understand next weekend not doing it because that's Marathon's release. But the week after that, I get it, is the Ghost DLC, the Legends modes for Ghost of Yotai. You could put this in later in March or even April or whenever you want.
Yeah.
Because we don't know. I doubt this game is coming this year. I'm sure they're wanting to try and get it this year, but it's like, why would you do this?
So I have a question. Was this announced before? Because this is the first time I'm hearing about this game. Was it something they showed in the State of Play or anywhere else previously?
I think it was.
I think it was
State of
State of
Play.
Play. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the State of Play. They had done an announcement and then they talked about it in the State of Play, if I'm not mistaken. But it was like that you talked about it, great, you did that, but you didn't do
like you're right. They could have just held off. Like, what's the harm in holding off?
Well, now you've got people. I know people that are wanting to try Marathon out because it's the free thing, but people that are interested in this, if you get access to both, you're now having to be like, well, Thursday night I'll do Marathon, and Friday I'll do half of Marathon and half of this. And it's like you're splitting things. I get it. Not everyone's going to be into both, and like only so many are going to get the Horizon one. But it's like you spent all this money on the Bungie game of Marathon, and spent all the money buying Bungie and all the headaches they've caused for you. Why would you? Like, are you trying to tell us something that you want to sabotage Marathon so that way when Marathon does bad, Bungie is next?
Oh wow, that's scary, dude.
Well, it's like all these PlayStation studios. I would be scared right now. Other than like the Astrobot studio got them Game of the Year 2 years ago, so I think they're safe. But like the developer,
for now,
Sony Ben, the one that did Days Gone.
Oh, yeah.
I would be, if I worked there, I'd be shitting. I'd be shitting bricks right now.
Yeah,
because
they're right here. They're right behind me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of studios that, like, besides your Naughty Dog, Insomniac, and Sony Santa Monica. If I'm Sony owns my studio, I would be scared right now because you don't unless you're you're making the biggest IPs right now and you're golden, you're winning them awards and making them a ton of money. It's what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Like,
look, go Marple. Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, they could definitely have holding off this beta testing because, like, this game could easily be coming out like next year, 2 years. Like, we don't even know when a release date is, so like they definitely could hold on to like later into this year. because from what it seemed like on the state of play, it didn't seem like they were very far. Because they had like 3 people you could play so far, and they're saying like, oh, but later in development we'll be adding like more people that you could choose from. I'm like, okay, well, it definitely seems like you're not very far. Why you could have done a beta test way later into the year,
Yeah, and
in my personal opinion. Still not going to play it. Looks cool, but it's not for me.
No, it doesn't even look cool for me. I'm going to be a little bit critical. This is like a survival game, right? This is some type of survival stuff.
It's
Right?
apparently it's like Monster Hunter or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go up. Okay,
Yeah.
Pearl, you could go up, show the image. Unless the fat lady is the bait for the monsters, she's not going to survive. Bro, she's not going to. Bro, that's not real. You're saying it's a post-apocalypse world, and there's fat people? No, people are starving. They're trying to survive. But this is so wrong. This is okay. Okay. It's a joke. I know they want to be inclusive, but there's inclusive, and then there's way too much inclusive. Okay, if you want to put like
Mhm.
women, because women can hunt. They can. You have Aloy. She's the main character,
Mm.
but they're trying to make this. And again, I'm not against it, but they're trying to make a woke game, and
Yeah.
woke, it's not the time for being woke. There's a lot of people that are going away from woke, and I think, okay guys, I think the reason they are releasing this right now, it's because the game is so bad, everyone's going to be focused on marathon, and it's going to slide under the table. I think that's the reason.
Or the other opposite is they want Marathon to fail because this is her. Yeah.
Well, this is also Herman Halston. He's the Horizon guy, and he's pushed Horizon. That's
Yeah, 'cause he
his.
because he
his
wasn't
big-
at Gorilla. Yeah.
That's an interesting tactic, Fubu. I'm wondering if they're doing them close like this so that if one fails, they go, see, that one was better, that one. And then if the other fails, they could just flip the story.
Yeah.
That easily, right? I mean, I watched the trailer, and I gotta say, I do like the art style. It looks pretty good, but it's not my kind of game. But yeah, interesting.
Like, I like Horizon. I think Horizon's a really good game, but like, I don't know. I won't get into this just because it's Horizon doesn't mean I'll like it, type of thing.
Yeah.
No, it's. I know we shouldn't do this as gamers, but in my head, I already decided this is bad. Like I decided when I saw Concord, I decided it was bad. When I saw this high something, I decided it was bad, and my gamer instinct was right. The only one that I can guarantee you with 60% of sure that I was wrong was I have an idea when I saw art created for the first time, the trailer. I kind of think I said it wasn't going to be successful, and I went crazy for it. And it is a great game. I still love playing that game. That one I admit I was wrong, but my gamer instincts this says this is gonna flop so bad, so bad.
Oh, I agree. I have a feeling this one will flop, but it's just like I get it. You like Horizon, you helped create it, and you were a big part of it, Herman. I get it. I love the first 2 Horizon games, but you are milking this franchise instead of moving the franchise forward, and you end it on a cliffhanger with the sequel, and then the DLC gives you not really any answer to that, and unfortunately we lost Lance Reddick, who was a big part of it with the character of Silence, and he was a character I loved what they did with him in the first and second game.
Yeah.
Seeing where I want to know where they want to go with that, and it's like instead of putting your focus into Horizon 3, getting that, and the next couple of years, you're gonna do this spin-off. You did the Lego game. I can take the Lego game because it was like, okay, let's do Horizon's dark, but it also has its light elements. You can make it in a Lego game, and it worked. And I did like that game. Don't get me wrong; it was not the greatest thing ever, but it was a fun game. But it's a one and done. You ain't gonna go back to it once you beat it, kind of thing. It's like to now just go this. You're just kicking the can. What, we're supposed to wait till mid-generation the PS6? We're gonna get Horizon 3. like yeah, we're gonna get these like the series back. It's never gonna go back to like the PS3 days where you got in the PS3 you got Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. It's now you're gonna get the first game, one game for one generation, and get that you might get the second game where it's cross, where it's PS5 and PS6,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
I like, come on, you there are stuff you could do. Horizon 2 looked great. You don't need to really go necessarily too much more graphically. Like from there, you could put the focus what the tech you have there, figure out your story, because I'm hoping they have an ending from where they left to and they have ideas where they want to go. Because if you don't, you're going to be able to tell early on in 3 that you had no idea where to go.
And I don't want to sound cold-hearted here, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound cold-hearted, but even this Landstradic passing, sadly, right? That doesn't affect the game because they have his model and they can they can hire someone to emulate his voice. They can use AI to emulate his voice. So it's not like a live movie. Like it's not like John Wick 6. Well, they killed him in 5. The guy died twice the same week.
Yeah.
Poor guy. But it's not like, let's say, survive. Like he's going to show up in John Wick 6 and, oh, how are we going to do this? Because now he's not here with us. When it comes to the game, they have this character model, his movements, they have everything. I'm pretty sure they copied everything. It's just an issue if the family allows to use his likeness in the next game, which I think it would be such a memorable character. I think it deserves to continue. The fact that he passed away shouldn't even affect the game because you can use his model and you can use someone with similar voice or AI to emulate his voice. Not a good idea. People will not like the AI idea, but it's just an idea, right? And it shouldn't affect the third game. And instead of doing the third game now, because I really want to play the third game, they're trying to milk us with this type of game, which could be the best game ever. Again, I don't think it will be, but it could be. But I want Horizon 3, and they should be focusing on that and not use it as a release title for the PlayStation 6.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be controversial here now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I do not like Horizon.
Oh,
That's fair.
Yeah. So this game being what it is, it's whatever to me. But I'm not really. I think they're just fine. It's weird to me that this is. I mean, the numbers I guess are true, but I don't see that series as being some big profitable series. I really feel like it's just because Herman Hulst's baby from when he was at Gorilla. So I personally compare Horizon to James Cameron's Avatar, where I do not believe that's a franchise that everybody actually really likes. Especially when you look at the gap between the movies, it's just like there's no way that this series is that popular.
Yeah.
Like they're fun to watch, but it's like I do not believe those are really films that people really go out of their way to say they're huge fans of or like. That's
I only
just
saw the
me,
first
though.
one. I only saw the first one. It was because it was one of the first 3D movies. I didn't care about the other two, to be honest.
Yeah, and I saw
I
the
didn't even
second
see
one
the
in
other two.
theaters. I saw the second one in theaters, not the third, and I'm good.
Don't watch. I got dragged to see the second and third in theaters, and sitting there for 3 freaking hours, and it not, I don't mind. I can sit for a long movie if it's good, like a Lord of the Rings. To sit for that when you're bored and but you just don't want to be the dick that pulls out your phone and have the light go.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But anything
Yeah,
else on these Sony stories?
No.
Nah.
Alrighty.
Just do better.
And fire
That's
Herman
it.
Hulst.
Yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need to know.
Fire Herman Hulst and get the We Do podcast here. We'll help you out.
Yeah,
But here's our main topic of the show. This one did surprise me, especially. We have the Xbox shakeup with Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond both leaving. and not only do we have them leaving, poor AI president Asha Sharman is moving in and replacing Phil Spencer, as well as Matt Booty, who was he got moved up, and he's now kind of like at a Sarah Bond / Matt Booty level, where he has some of her power and responsibility. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it sucks because I did like Phil Spencer, and he helped get Xbox out of the toilet, because the whole Don Matrick, when they did the whole thing with the Xbox One of you need to connect always online DRM, and then I remember when they did that, and 15 minutes later Sony had two guys just record, oh, here's how you do a used game. Here, pass the
Pass
game
it over.
key. Yeah. And that was the biggest troll, and Sony had the more powerful hardware and $100 cheaper than the Xbox. So it was like you shot yourselves in the foot there. And Don Matrick he had L take after L take. Phil Spencer comes in and he was like, okay, he had to do he did a lot of work. He did the whole thing at Game Pass, and Game Pass did not start off as well, but then he put in the effort, he put work in, and then I think things started to go bad when they went into the acquisition phase, where they were just acquiring everyone. They were just writing checks and just buying.
Yep.
And then like when they bought Bethesda, and then like, oh yeah, we're doing this and doing that. For Starfield, Xbox exclusive or PC. And that did not pan as well, and that the Game Pass needle did not move that much for them on that. They were throwing money, and then the whole thing because they bought them and all that. Redfall, they were hands off on that. But the thing Phil did is he took on interviews. I can't remember if it was kind of funny or whatever.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, and he said, yeah, Redfall, I dropped the ball. I was not hands on. I was not looking and paying, which is great. But you're never gonna hear you ain't gonna hear Herman Hulse or Jim Ryan, when Jim Ryan was in control, be like, yeah, I dropped the ball with Concord. I was just sitting there counting the checks in my office.
Yeah.
He took responsibility. He was trying to do stuff, but some of the stuff he did, I think, was too. I understand you're thinking far out, but you're not going to you destroyed the Xbox hardware ecosystem, because you were like, okay, we're just going to put these games to PlayStation for right now. And then more and more have been coming, and then it's like now, because you set the precedent of some of these games, it's like, okay, you kind of can't now tell me when the inevitable, I don't know, the next Halo that isn't campaign evolved, the sequel to Halo Infinite, you can't tell me that, oh, you're gonna give campaign evolved to PS5, but you're not gonna give Halo Infinite sequel We Want More Money edition. Like he put Xbox in a heart, him and Sarah Bond. They did some moves I get were interesting, and trying to get people into the ecosystem, get them into Game Pass, and get them into the whole, this is an Xbox. There were interesting ideas there, but the execution was not, I feel, well done enough to do that risk. And then when you bought ABK, when you bought Activision Blizzard King, you spent that money. Satya is like, okay, now I got to pay attention and see how much you're making on this and that. Okay, this isn't enough, because he's wanting to put so much money into AI. He just wants to dump any money he can into AI. Like he would sell his own mother if he could. Put $100 million into AI. Like, no, like, yes, I'm saying that for comedic effect, but I would not be surprised if someone offered him $100 million for his mother. He would do that to go give the check to OpenAI.
I don't like AI. Like, honestly, some AI is good for like for NPCs type of AI. But
generative AI. Mostly.
Yeah, generative AI. That's the word I was trying to think. Fine, thank you, Fryman. Yeah. I don't like it. Like be like, oh, we're gonna take away say like all the artists on video games and just make AI art for games. No, keep real people, please, because it's needed. Or take away the voice actors for video games, make it all AI. I'm like, I don't like that either. Like, just keep the people. Like AI, in my opinion, will never replace like a human being of their thoughts, because like AI still needs input from humans. So just
It
keep the humans.
It doesn't create anything. It just regurgitates what's already been made by somebody.
Yeah.
And even if it's wrong, it regurgitates it convincingly right.
Yes. Like
That's the problem.
even again with artwork, like it doesn't make artwork. It technically steals artwork that has already been made from like real people and just regurgitates it. Like, you didn't make it, other people did. AI, don't steal artwork.
So I have a question. Like Phil Spencer, as a guy who represented Xbox, like whenever I remember watching Xbox shows that they would do, and he would come out, and I think sometimes he'd come out on the stage wearing a leather jacket, if I wasn't mistaken. And he would start, going through this game, and just introducing the different games. He always did strike me as a guy who was very into gaming. Like it's almost like when I was reading the article, they were saying, or even other articles online that I read about this, they were saying that it was a planned departure for him. That a year ago or so that he was saying he was going to retire or something like that. And then I think a year before that, rumors were going around about that. And people were saying, not people, Microsoft was saying no, Xbox was saying no, that's not, he's not leaving anytime soon. And here we are. But anyways, long-winded. But what I wanted to get at was, I think he was more of a gamer who wanted the gaming industry to succeed. I know that they went into this, everything's an Xbox, and they had Game Pass. I was subscribed to Game Pass. I thought it was the greatest thing until they cranked up the price, and they did it more than once. They cranked it up, and I was like, okay, I can still go with it. And I did. And then they cranked it up this last time, and I was like, okay, that's it. And I canceled my Xbox Live membership. When you have an Xbox Live membership, before it used to be called Xbox Live, then it went to Xbox Gold, and they keep changing the name of the damn thing.
Yeah, it's now Game Pass Core.
Yeah, exactly. But when you would log into your account, you'd have a little number that would represent how many years you've been a member. And I think I was up at like 13, 14, or 15. I can't remember exactly. And when they jacked up the price for Ultimate, I was like, okay, I'm out. It's not worth it at this point anymore.
Yeah.
And if you remember in previous directs or whatever you want to call them, they would show a video game and it would immediately say something like Xbox Game Pass Day 1.
Day 1 on Game
like
Pass.
For a couple of years, it was like that. And I was like, wow, this is great. It's so worth having the Xbox Game Pass. That went away. And when they did this last jack up in prices, if you look at the different tiers, there's different tiers. And the different tiers say, if you go to like the medium tier, you have to wait a year for a game to come out on Xbox Game Pass. And so it's just like, no, it's not worth it. It's more expensive. I got to wait longer. Nah, they lost me. And I think that's what a lot of people are going through with them. I walk into a store, I go to buy games like GameStop, and I look at the Xbox at GameStop. I look at the Xbox shelf, and it's literally like four of these wide. It used to be the whole wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's insane. It's like 4 of these wide, and when I look at a game that comes out, I look at it and go, do I want it on my PS5 or do I want it on my Xbox Series X? And I'm really, really now steering away from buying games on the Xbox system. And I'm a big physical guy. I love physical games. I don't know. I guess I'm just ranting a little. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
But it just, when I see this kind of thing, again, I'm not a fan of when I see this kind of thing, but like Sarah Bond leaving same day he retires, that's not planned. Like we'll make it look like it's planned, and
Well,
we'll
that-
say he was. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, get out of here, get out of
Mhm.
here. You guys failed. I don't know.
Well,
What do you
that's a hey. Well, you say you say you retired, or we can put out the press release. We fired you.
Yeah.
So we'll let
Yeah.
you save face. And
Yeah.
and there was a good point you brought up of going into GameStop, the Xbox section being so small.
Yeah.
It's been because they did the heavy push into Game Pass for years. Xbox people were told you don't need to buy the games. And I bought I paid into Game Pass many times. Game Pass was I for years it was the best value for gaming. You would get it for 15 16 bucks for a while, and if you knew how to do it, there would be always every so often 1 month or 3 months for very cheap. And
Yeah.
you could buy. I just wish you could buy I like paying for a thing all in 1 year right up front.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then I don't have to, then it's hey, that's next year my problem.
I did that. I
Mhm.
paid always yearly up front. And then one
Mhm.
time I redeemed a card that was like 3 months, and then they knocked me off
Yeah.
the yearly. And I called them and I said, hey, can I switch back to the year? They're like, no, it's not
No,
available.
that they did that to get people. Yeah, you can't, like certain markets they let you buy up yearly up front, but not North America, which like what are you doing? But it's like they trained
Yeah.
people not to buy games, and it was like, okay, like trying Starfield and other games of theirs, it was nice to, okay, I would pay for Ultimate even when it was like 18 20 bucks here, because you'd get the value. And the nice thing was I didn't have the Series X, I went with the S. Is okay, I could play on my Series S, but take the save goes up in the cloud, play on my PC.
Yeah.
And then even with the Steam Deck, you can do stuff and go put the Xbox store and side load it in and play it that way. So you could get you could get the value. Like Ultimate had the value, and then they just a year ago, or was it a year and a half ago, I can't
Yeah.
remember, where they were like, yeah, we're putting this up to 30 something a month. And it's like before it was like $1 or $2 increase, where it was like, okay, you're buying more studios, you're putting more games, doing more deals with other developers and getting their games on there. So the value for when they did the small increases, you're like, okay, the value makes sense. But it's like, now you jacked it way too much. So
Yeah.
many people, when they did that, the website to cancel Game Pass crashed and was
Oh,
down
wow.
several
Imagine.
times.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, it
yeah.
was they were having issues, and people were calling in and stuff to cancel over by the phone and stuff, because they were not supporting it, and people were also going to like stores and stuff where you get the 1 month cheaper and trying to buy a bunch up front so that way you could be loaded before the price change. But like they had interesting ideas between Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond, but like I like the idea with the whole Series X and S having, okay, if you don't want the biggest performance, you want a smaller box, get it to you at a cheaper price, get you in with that. It was a good idea. In execution, it bit them in the ass because they had to have the whole parity thing. So if your game got to have these features on the Series X, it's got to have it on the Series S. And like for Baldur's Gate 3, one of the biggest games, they got such a delayed release on it because they had the stuff working on the Series X, and then they had to get it working on the Series S, and they had issues with that. And it's like and that there was very few times they made exceptions. I think they did it for Baldur's Gate 3 because they were hearing backlash on it from people and be like, I bought the Series X. Why am I getting punished because people have the S? You don't want to give me the game there. Maybe I should look off platform to another platform to get it. They just did stupid things that they were trying to outplay a long game that I don't think they could do. They weren't well equipped. They didn't have the right styles to execute everything they wanted.
Mhm. Yeah, especially even when it came down to during Phil Spencer's run, where they acquired all these studios, even opened their own new studios, and then they inevitably announced these games and just canceled them. Especially given a recent one being Perfect Dark. I really
Oh,
I wanted to play.
that's-
I wanted to
oh,
play that.
yeah,
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Even further back, there was Scalebound with Platinum Games, and
Oh,
it's
that
that's
was a
not
game that
entirely
made me
their
buy
fault.
Xbox One like an idiot because I was
Yeah,
looking forward to that game, and then
Yeah,
it got canceled.
And to their credit, it's not entirely their fault based on the development history. It was just like two companies just did not work well together, and they had technical issues. So there's that. But goddamn, that game looks so fun, man. Why not?
Fun, cool.
Things are just not meant to be.
Yeah.
But
You
I'm all
know,
done.
My opinion on this is, I'm especially Burley. He knows that I'm not the biggest Xbox friendly guy. That doesn't mean I'm not going to talk about stuff because I love talking about stuff. So I'm going to give you my opinion anyway. Okay, so it is a bit weird, like Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond just go out like this. Yeah, I do agree with that. But every cycle has an end, and unfortunately, we are noticing that the gaming world is moving towards a more AI generated. I don't know what you're going to do. If it's art, if it's NPCs, I don't know what you're going to do. But there is a big focus on that. And like we mentioned before in this little while ago, Phil Spencer is more of a gamer type guy. And I think he would probably be against implementing AI or heavy AI in video games because I want to give you guys the example of Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders is a fantastic game that uses AI on their arcs. And the thing is, and I have this experience not with me because I played so much that I didn't notice the progression, but I have the story of me and Castor, which is a guy that I met on Arc Raiders, where he was fed up with the toxic community and he stopped playing for about 2 3 weeks, and I kept playing. Then he came back for the new season, whatever, and he was very surprised that the arcs were.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
no, we lost
Boo
them.
boo. He was talking
Boo
too
boo.
much about AI.
Boo boo, come back.
The AI
Yeah,
retaliated.
They got him.
Ah, damn it.
Oh no, here he is.
Coming
Let's
back?
get him back
All right,
in.
cool.
I need to go. AI is up. I'm just gonna.
The AI's got you, man.
Yeah, no, and the way they applied on the arcs, like I think I stayed there. He was very surprised that the enemies were learning with the humans. If we hide in this place, they would go and look for us. They would go around obstacles, and that is a good sense of using AI. Now, having the lady, which now I'm forgetting the name, but she's heavily focused on AI, it shows to me that Xbox is trying to cut costs on people,
Mhm.
and they want to use AI to generate voices, to generate images, to generate games, whatever. I don't know if you guys have seen the on TikTok. I think it's the Sora AI.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That shit is scary. Like you have Batman fighting against Captain America, and it's so real. It's like I'm watching a real movie. That shit is scary. It could translate easily to games. And I think the idea with Xbox, which again, I'm not going to say it's wrong or right. It's just something I don't like. It's they have their own plans. I think going towards AI and appointing this lady to be the leader, and she's an expert on AI. They're showing that they want to go that way, and let's see. Let's hope it's good for gamers because I've said this many times. I want, despite I'm not an Xbox lover, I never had an Xbox in my life. I want Xbox as strong as possible because if you leave Sony without competition,
Yeah.
they're going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
competition.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially with if they want to go heavy on AI, we could probably see a lot less of Xbox games being in like gaming shows like the game game of the year. I think another company does their own like little game of the year stuff because Like that was the whole reason why also Expedition actually got
those the
cut.
Indie Awards.
Indie Awards, yeah, thank you. Like they got cut from the Indie Awards because even Expedition used AI just as placeholders.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Oh my god, you used AI. You're disqualified because we don't like AI." So like I
Mhm.
feel like Xbox might be like denied a lot of awards because they use AI. Whether or not
Yeah.
it's in the final,
The-
whether or
mm,
not it will be in the final product, because like that
Yeah.
was why Expedition got cut, because while they got rid of it, they still use it in development, so it counted.
Yeah. Yeah, it was also more of an accident from what I've heard.
Yeah.
They just completely forgot about it, unfortunately.
Yes.
Given what the placeholder specifically was, yeah, I can see why they
Yeah. It was like
completely forgot
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, it was just
lamppost.
art. Yeah, it was artwork on the lamppost, and as soon as they when they released the game, it was like it was like a week later. They're like, "Oh crap, we forgot to take out one of the placeholders and replace it with actual artwork made by the artist." Which
Mhm.
I can't remember her name, nor am I going to try to say it because it's most likely French, and I'm going to butcher the name, even if I do say it. Then they made a patch, be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, here's the actual art," and then they're like, "Oh, your shit," like then everyone on the internet start calling out the Expedition team of like saying like, "Oh, you're a crap company for using AI, blah 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 blah." I'm like, bro, chill out. It was a placeholder. And
Yeah.
even if they did have AI artwork for like one specific thing, it's not like the entire game is AI.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
was very, very hard to prove though, but
Yeah.
for the most part, just certain people taking
Yeah.
it too much at face value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought up and changed the background here because I had seen this, and this will just show you a few things. These were Xbox quotes that didn't come true during the Phil Spencer era. Redfall will be polished premium experience by Phil Spencer. If you played Redfall, I played an hour of it through the first hour through Game Pass. It was like, how did it end? Like you did no QA on that game. You can't tell me you had.
Yeah.
Uh,
I played
Starfield will
7. I was just saying, I played 7 hours of Redfall. Never again. I'm not wasting my time like that.
Yeah. Starfield will run at 60 FPS on Xbox Series X, early messaging. Not at launch, it took a bit. Perfect Dark is progressively extreming well. The initiative, it was they were taking their time and they had issues with it, but from what we last saw of Perfect Dark, it was like, okay, this is a game. I'm willing to wait the time into it, but they want quick wins. They don't want Everwild is further along than people think. Phil Spencer saw stuff on Everwild, and apparently it was so good. I think it was Matt Booty. Forgive me if I'm wrong, or it might have been Phil Spencer. Both of them are actual gamers. They had the controller in the hand, and they were at the studio playing it. Having a meeting, and they had to take the controller out of their hand because they're in it, which is great. Now, this is one of the ones that is so true. Halo Infinite will launch as a complete package. 343 Studios. Anything of that release, they butchered that release and they lied. If you bought the physical edition, I always would say years and years, I said, Halo Infinite, they lied. And I don't care. People are like, well, it was in Game Pass and all that. No, it was in Game Pass. There were people that bought the base edition at a store, the disc, or the collector's edition with the steelbook, the $200 wing with Master Chief's helmet and all this other crap. They threw it out there. They let it on the back of the box lie. There were features on the back of that box that never came out because they said, "Yeah, we're not going to do it. It's just not worth putting the money into this." Co-op campaign will arrive on time. 343. Yeah. Forge will release shortly after launch. 343. Yeah, no, it didn't. We will release a major first-party exclusive every quarter. Phil Spencer. They at points had that, and then we are committed to a long-term first-party stability. Xbox leadership, they said, and it's like, no, you guys got showed that was wrong. But it's just like those were some of the stuff that they had happen. They let happen. I'm not opposed to having new leadership come in because you know what, fresh eyes, and there's been the whole thing of this person's from AI. They have an AI background working where they work. they have done a lot of works in their time in their career. Like at the age of 18, they started up a couple companies and worked their butt and got those companies up. That's great and shows initiative. So I like that. And they're saying, no, I'm not about AI. And then there are people picking on her. They're looking at her Xbox account, see she doesn't have that much gamer score and all this and that. Yeah, would I prefer someone be a gamer and have more, wants and know a little bit more? For sure. But in the Phil Spencer era, a lot of the games that came out for Xbox of their big first party titles, how many can you name that you played and you said, now that's an Xbox game and that's a game I enjoyed? Like Forza Horizon 5? Yeah, that is one I can definitely admit. I didn't put the most amount of time, but I played that on Game Pass. I put several hours into it and I was like, I got my money's worth out of playing it through Game Pass. It was just a great fun game. I can easily recommend it to people, whether you play it on PS5, whether you play it on PC, Xbox, or the inevitable Switch 2 version we're going to find out that's coming later this year. I'm just throwing that out there because I can see it coming to Switch 2. But it's like, can't think of a lot of, like, they show off interesting and cool ideas, but they never stick the landing. And for Game Awards, many of their games are never nominated for Game of the Year or in a lot of categories. It's not nice to say because their games haven't come to that level that we expect. When you think Sony, you think the polished first party experience. When you think Nintendo, you may not think the graphics, but for the most part, the main online first party Nintendo games, you're getting quality. You're playing 2D Mario, 3D Mario, you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Playing a Zelda, you're getting your money's worth. Pokemon, let's not go there because I'm going to cry.
Okay, barely.
Except for Legends EA. Legends EA was great. But
I was gonna ask, so what's next for them? Like, I mean, Phil Spencer's out, Sarah's out. We got two new people kind of taking their place. Is it pure AI because of the AI background of the new people, or is it a new console? I mean, we're only 2020 came the PS5, and there are already rumors about PS6.
Yeah.
well,
Are there rumors about a next Xbox? Yes.
yeah, there's rumors
so.
that 2027 is the next Xbox. We're supposed to get it announced this year.
Yeah.
But because with the whole RAM shortage and everything, it's like you take that with a freaking grain of salt.
But how's that going to play out now with the change in power? That's my point, right?
She said she's not going to go AI slop and all that. Which is, I'm sure they're going to stay away from AI for the first couple months of her as much as they can because they know there's the negative stink of AI.
Yeah.
They know if you've had to use Microsoft products other than Xbox of late, the quality, especially because in my background, I'm in the IT background and having to do security patches on Windows and all sorts of Microsoft apps lately. It's been fun, he lies. Like, if I could run from this stuff right now, I would. Trust me. I would run and never look back. Trust me. Like, how bad and how they've just been screwing around. Shit.
What? You don't like Copilot? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck Copilot.
Yeah, fuck Copilot.
Oh, I can't wait to have it on my Xbox.
Oh, no. Along with all the ads.
But
yeah,
it's like we know they've got new hardware, and there's apparently their own handheld that they push back. Because remember last year we had their team up with Asus with the ROG.
Yeah.
The ROG, and for that one they did two different SKUs, and people, because they had the ROG Ally and then the ROG Ally X that had all the power. People liked that it had some power, but the problem is because it's running Windows, you have the problem the Windows, and it's not just an easy update device where the Steam Deck, I know a few of us have the Steam Deck.
Yep.
That thing yes, certain games to get them running and look the way you want, you have to work. But a lot of games, it runs pretty good and download. You boot the thing up, it will download your game updates right away, unless it's an update coming in a couple weeks. But it's just letting you know, hey, there's a update coming for Arc Raiders in 5 days. You can download it now or download it later. You've got that. It has its own system update. It does easily. You don't have to do driver updates for anything on it. Whereas the ROG Ally, you have to.
Right.
ROG Ally lines, you have to do that, sit and do updates, go through all this stuff, which is way harder than it needs to be. And it's like,
No, you're right. I had a ROG Ally, the original Asus ROG Ally. I got rid of it. And you had to do updates for Windows. You had to do updates for your games and stuff, not just the games, but the storefronts. So Steam, whatever. And then you had to do updates through the Asus
Armory
Crate. Yes.
yeah.
Armory
Crate
So
sucks
it's like-
for updates.
I had to freaking update everything. I go, oh, I want to sit down and play. An hour later, all the updates are done. Okay, I don't want to play anymore.
and not only that, you've now just drained half your battery doing the updates. So it's like, oh, that game time that I thought I was going to get in, I wasted my time doing all the updates. Now I have even less battery, so I can't even game as long on the dang thing.
Yeah. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Just to add though, Burley, for what
Yeah.
it's worth, because you were talking about Xbox games getting nominated. Hi-Fi Rush did get nominated and win an award, and look where that studio is now.
Yeah,
Good job, Microsoft.
That's true. But in the case of that one, that was just Microsoft mismanaging with Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just gonna drop it. Now we're doing this game, our Xbox showcase. I believe that's what the events were called.
Yeah, it was the developer direct, I think.
Developer direct. Thank you. Doing that, and here you go. Hi-Fi Rush is out right now. Like, what? And it's like, okay, yes, you put it at an early month in the year because I think it was like a January release, but it's at the same time you're gonna do it, and they did the bare minimum of marketing campaign. There were just a couple YouTube and Twitch ads I saw, and it's like Hi-Fi Rush looked good, but I was just like, I bought it on Steam later on, but it was just like I didn't have time because I had other games and stuff was going. But it's like you didn't do a good enough marketing campaign to push this, and there were people saying good word of mouth, and it did win award, but it didn't even stop them from closing that studio because they're like, and it's like you guys were working on this whole thing in Japan. You now just showed any Japanese developer working with you, if things don't, blow right at the beginning, you're gonna cut. You're not gonna stay with us in the hard times. You're just gonna cut and run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was any studio under them, because remember, they bought Lionhead. They had Lionhead. Shut them down after Fable 3.
Yeah.
Stuff like
It's business, Burley. It's business.
Yeah.
It's just business, Burley.
yeah.
But,
The thing is that these companies, of course, everyone they need money to survive. Let's get that right. But when companies like Sony, like Xbox, Nintendo, when they make a game, especially when they make a great game, they are making history. Okay? They are making history. And those studios that made that history deserve to be praised. And especially a studio that wins an award and not tracking back to what we were talking about, Bluepoint, but they need to be preserved because they are a part of history. Their games need to be preserved. They need a second chance. They need to be given the right tools for work. There is a lot of things. It's not just, oh, it's not working, we're going to close it down, or let's get AI to replace people to do their job. There is a lot behind numbers and money. And sometimes these people that go to lead the studios, especially when they are not gamers, they will only think about the numbers that go to the stakeholder and
Mhm.
that is what's gonna kill the studios. That's what's gonna kill the games. What's gonna kill the industry. So, regarding this new appointee for the Xbox, my final words to her is think about the gamers, don't think about the money because it's the gamers that give you the money.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Make shit games, people are not going to buy it, so you're going to go out of business then. But if you make games for gamers, well, then they're going to buy it.
Well, I don't know about the buy it part, because the thing is, for years they told people you don't need to buy games. That's the huge thing with the whole Game Pass. It's like I've tried games throughout Game Pass when it was more affordable, and now it's like, and now you can no longer get the $1 trials and all that.
True, yeah.
They do that, so it's like there are tons of games on theirs with I would try with Ultimate, but the price that you have to come in at Ultimate, and I have to realize of how quick with how my time is for games, and not every game. I'm like Kurok, not every game I'm going to sit there and play and beat.
Yeah.
And I want to now, with how much the cost is, I have to now, it's if it was like 15 $16 back then, yeah, I would throw the money, because that's not too much, and if I can get a couple hours and I can tell, yeah, this game's for me, or no, this game isn't for me,
Yeah.
okay, it's not too bad. When I got to spend over 30 something dollars on this, I'm now like, do I just wait? If this game is good, wait 6 months to or more, and wait to see it and get it on a Steam sale or one of the key sites like Fanatical, Greenman Gaming, CD Keys, because I can get it for about the same price as there. So once I know the game is good, and it's just the thing with modern gaming, not every game is coming out where day one it's right and ready. You're wanting to wait a few months for the patch to get what you were promised. Just wait, and I can get the game cheaper and get it on another platform.
Yeah. True.
My biggest example towards this is the Star Wars Outlaw. Everyone shit on that game. Then a patch came, a massive patch. And I remember telling Burley doesn't have good things to say about Star Wars Outlaw. I have the
You
greatest.
play it at launch, and you would have played it at launch and played it and dealt with it at launch, you would have the same opinion on it.
No. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm agreeing with you, Burley. And I have the greatest things because we had a different experience because they didn't deliver the finished product, and then they patched it with I don't know how many patches, and I ended up getting the final product what they really wanted, their changes or whatever. And for me, Star Wars Outlaws is a fantastic game. My first impression, Burley's first impression, give me my money back. That's his first
Wow.
impression.
Okay. I
Yeah.
played it. I have it on PC, and I actually liked it, but I never finished it.
That's the thing. Well, my
But I
thing is,
do like it. It was actually good. It's just other games came out, and I went
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I tried
it-
it too. It was not for me, really.
it had good ideas and good concept. Like I did the Ubisoft Plus when that game came out, and my final stream of it, I ended as soon as that stream ended. I canceled Ubisoft Plus because my thing is they had good ideas with it, but the execution was not there. And they told you could do all this and that. It was like, no, most of the main missions are all stealth. You get seen. It was not consistent. Sometimes you would get seen and it would take 2 minutes, and then boom, back to checkpoint. Sometimes it would be 5 seconds. It was like, okay, so I don't really have that many options to do this. And then just certain mechanics and stuff were not flushed out. And then when they did stuff, I know when they did the 6 to 7 months later, when they did the major rehaul and did the major patch, they have added stuff and they have kept adding to the game to try and get people. But my thing is it's not like this was a small developer like No Man's Sky, where okay, they were smaller, they were over ambitious, and they took the Sony money and forced the game out earlier than it should have been because Sony paid them a bunch of money and bought the marketing rights and all that. This is, hey, you're Ubisoft. You have money. You can delay this technically, but because Ubisoft, they had contractual negotiations and all that, and probably had stuff. If they delayed it, they would have owed, Lucasfilm and or Disney some money. But they couldn't figure out, we need to put more people, we need to put time, and they were marketing for it and selling you all this and that when they knew full well none of that shit was in the game. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not willing to really give you my money and go back to the game after you told me this and it was this. And it's like, oh, now I'm the product you wanted. Well, you know what? First impressions do matter. And if you can't give a good first impression, because how many times of games do you play the first couple hours and the first couple hours don't grab you? And then you're like, yeah, I'm not going back to this. This isn't. You can tell me in the 20th hour the game gets better and opens up. But if I've got to get to.
He doesn't finish the game.
Well, yeah, but
you that I get to the end.
Yeah, but it's like if you've got to wait to that many hours to get to the good part.
Good part, yeah.
What's the point? You need to redesign the first couple hours to get me to that. I'm willing to wait. The first hour you're doing some tutorials. It's a little slow if there's a lot of mechanics. I'm willing to gives you some grace.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to just bring it back to the whole Xbox thing, it's just like. They're going to be doing some retooling, but how are they going to try? Like, are they going to try? You try the exclusive matter bit, go back to that. Okay, now you have to try hard. You're now going to have to try and get people to care about your product and brand. And something I forgot to mention earlier is the Xbox was the one console, like PlayStation did raise their price this time, and they still at least put the console on sale from time. Xbox is, because of the whole tariffs and stuff, has gone up $200 more than what they started. Well, 200 American, so about like 400 American over here for us in Canadian, more than when they started. The Series S started at like $299 US, is now 400 something US, which is the price of like a PS5. Yeah, so it's like, you're gonna tell me you're gonna buy the Xbox Series S or a PS5. You're going to buy the PS5 because you've got the library that's going to come with it. Plus, you have more power than the Series S, and the Series X is the price of about the price of a PS5 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's not going to be too hard to where people are going to go. Plus, Sony has had the games, even though this generation has not been Sony's strongest output for games. More of their games in this generation have been talked about more favorably than Microsoft. I want Xbox to bring back and make great games. Again, I want them to, and I want them to do good stuff with hardware. Make Sony be like, fuck, we can't just do this shit, because if you leave Sony to let them do what they want, the industry is not going to move forward without good competition. And Nintendo's doing their own thing, but they've been around so long. They know what they're doing. I don't agree with everything, but
I
clearly it works because they don't put any of their games on PC. They're like, you want a Nintendo game? You have to come to us. We ain't coming to you.
But I don't consider Nintendo competition. Don't get me wrong. You'll understand what I'm saying. But I don't, because what Xbox and PlayStation do is they are always on the edge of technology. They're always improving. Nintendo is doing their own thing because they have their great IPs with Mario's, with Pokemon's and Zelda. Like, okay, you guys can be the most highly graphic powerhouses in the world. We're going to introduce you fun games. Even with lower graphics, we'll introduce you to fun games. We'll introduce you to this great platformer with Mario, this crazy good adventure with Link and Zelda. I'm going to give you 120 new crazy Pokemons for you. They differentiate from going all out with power, because I personally think if they try to go head-to-head in power with PlayStation and Xbox, they would lose, because the money that they don't put in high quality, they would have to spend way too much money to keep up with the with Xbox and PlayStation. And the
Mhm.
thing is, their games, mostly all of their games, are console exclusive, while you can put, let's say, I'm trying to think of a game. Let's say a Helldivers, which is a PlayStation
Mhm.
studio. They released. It's a high quality game. It was a great game. They only lost steam because of what they wanted to do on PC, for example. They lost steam because of that, but it's on Xbox, it's on PC, it's on PlayStation, and Sony won money from all the markets, while Nintendo, their IPs are only focused on that one. And let's be honest, not everyone has a Switch. In this case, it's Switch 2. I don't have one. Leah has
Mhm.
one. Burley has one. I don't know if anyone else here has one.
I got
I
But-
don't have one.
I have one too.
I'm too po.
The
to
people
buy
on the
one.
top row on here have it. People on the bottom don't.
The rich are always on top. Rich are always on top. Murple, you and me, Mo.
Yeah, I'm
Wouldn't-
too po, man.
That's
No,
right.
but
You
that-
stay below that poverty line, Fubu and Murple.
Oh,
And let's be
no.
honest, their games are not the most they're most graphically advanced,
Mm.
and they're asking for like $80-$90. Imagine if they had graphics on par with PlayStation and Xbox. That would be like
Mm.
120 euros or dollars for
Yeah.
those
Oh,
types
yeah,
of
no,
games.
no.
Mhm.
Nintendo, I don't like their pricing,
Yeah.
but I can at least give Nintendo credit when they put out their first party. It is damn polished.
Yeah, it is.
You will get the
Mhm.
odd graphical bug, but you're not getting problems of, oh, we need to release this patch because this game has a progression bug.
Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon.
Oh,
Scarlet Violet.
Oh, Scarlet Violet, we don't need to go there. I don't need to be be sad again over that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, we get sad when it comes to this thing. We all go just like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
lose our energy with this.
Fire Matt Booty. All I gotta say.
Mm,
I
that's
don't like
like-
him. I don't like him either.
Look, Fryman's suggestion is fire everyone.
Yeah,
That's
I
well,
have-
like
I got both. It is kind of. I do blame him partially for Hi-Fi Rush, but yeah.
well, yeah, no, Matt Booty, I don't think he is like in a safe position. I think they have put him in being like, okay, we put you here now. You you got to sink or swim.
Hey,
Like
You gotta
he
say.
is
you got to say that booty's on the line. Eh?
Matt Booty, yeah, Matt Booty, your booty's on the line. Oh. Yeah, no, it's like he I'm sure has made some questionable decisions, and it's like they've
lot.
admitted in the past they've been hands off with these studios, and it's like, okay, now I'm hoping with the new regime you need to be hands on with these studios, and I get it. There's going to be games that are going to be canceled that we're looking forward to and that we want to see, but if they are, they realize, okay, this game is still 5 years out and it's going to cost us 400 million to get it because they're going to spend the money. I understand some games are going to get canceled, some we like, some we don't. That's just the part of the business and the industry.
Mhm.
But they need to get stuff online. They need to get quality back. Quality needs to be there. And then if you can get quality back, then it's the hard thing of, okay, what are you going to try and do? Are you going to do the whole thing of, are you going to do a new thing of first year Xbox and PC only? And then a year later, if the game, we want it and need it, it's going to come to PlayStation and Switch too.
Mhm.
Because like we've had a lot of games have been coming more and more over, but
Yeah.
like Starfield,
Sony's done that too.
yeah, Sony's done it, but Starfield still surprises me because there's been rumors that we're getting a Starfield PS5 edition, and like last year they were because they said Notorious Liar Todd Howard,
Yep.
and there's a long history. We don't need to go into that. Todd Howard has said, like, yeah, every year we're going to do a Starfield expansion. They did one
Yeah.
for the first year. year 2 last year. Hey, we have an update here with vehicle fixes and stuff, guys, and yeah. We've improved some things.
But
Like,
Starfield wasn't the greatest game. I played it. I didn't
I
like it.
played it. I did
Yeah.
enjoy it for the RPG elements in it. It wasn't. It didn't have that same capture as say Skyrim, even though Skyrim's more glitchy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what stopped me from playing it was I was playing it on Game Pass, and they have cloud saves, and my cloud save corrupted.
Yeah.
And I lost my
Oh.
save of like 90 plus hours, and I was like, that's
Holy
it.
shit.
done.
I remember that because you were streaming it.
I was, yep.
yeah,
and you're
you were
just like-
streaming.
My
Damn.
save.
Yeah, I couldn't load it.
Yeah.
Even if I use their cloud, like just pull up the web browser and you could play it through there, it would
Yeah.
give me the same error. So I knew the save problem was on the server.
Damn. I would be pissed. That's way too many hours.
Yeah, it was. One day I'll go back. We'll see.
Yeah, and then you just quit, and then I don't
Another
remember what
game
other
you
game
won't
you
finish.
streamed.
That's
That would have been the one. Let's be fair. That didn't happen. That was almost the one. It could have been the one.
The universe. I'm not gonna let Kirok finish this game as well.
Yeah, I also tried playing Starfield. Got like 7 hours in. Yeah.
No, I say this because when I got, I also have a Steam deck, and I wanted to try the power on that Steam Deck, and I think, okay, Starfield. I think it was on. There was some type of promotion or something like that. It was a bit cheaper. Like, yes, I want to try the power. Let's get this one, and I got it, and I started playing, and I went to the first planet, and I'm just looking around the planet like, bro. And I played Skyrim, Fallout. I've played all those things, so I have this comparison. I was like, bro, this looks so bland.
Barren.
The space travel, yeah. The barren, yeah, that's the word. Sorry, thank you, barren. That's it. This looks so barren. The flight travel felt so slow. I didn't get into the game. Maybe it was me, and I've said this many times. I do like my Star Wars, but I'm not the craziest when it comes to space stuff. I'm not craziest, so that's maybe another reason why I didn't get into the game. But there was a lot of things missing from what I was expecting from a Bethesda game. There was a lot of things missing there, and
Yeah.
that's a game I won't finish. And I tend to finish all games with a plat. That's my addiction. I'm Full 87, and I plat all the games that I can.
Nice.
yeah.
That's your pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see because we're still in the early. Because it was Monday this week she had started. I'm hopeful we'll get some good things. I'm hopeful some turnaround and fixing things. But it's like you have damage to the brand that was done for years. You've damaged your relationship with gamers and all that. You've done so much mixed messaging. People don't know what to believe and what you're going to do because one week you're saying this, the next week you're doing this. So it's like I'm really curious and interested to see it. How do they? What are you going to do next? Like they've said, Xbox has said they want to do one more hardware console generation. Hardware, they've got one. They're trying to do another handheld, which they're trying to do on their own. Which hey, great. I'm not against it. You have to learn what you learned from the ROG, your partnership with Asus, and learn to get that down. You need to basically put Xbox OS, not Windows Mobile OS on there,
Right.
because I do not want to sit there. If I want to deal with drivers and all that crap, guess what? I'll use my gaming desktop. I'll use a laptop. I will do those things over using one of these handhelds, because trying to do that, you don't have an actual physical keyboard and mouse on stuff like that, and have to deal with Windows bloat and all that Windows features that you don't want on one of these handhelds.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Mhm.
I thought when they announced the Asus, the Rogue Xbox, I thought it was a complete miss because and when they were saying about the handheld, I wanted to see, not that I'm gonna get, I wanted
Mhm.
to see an Xbox handheld, not a Rogue Ally with an Xbox themed.
Yeah.
That was disappointed for me. It's like they announced the Portal. The Portal is more of a handheld than that Rogue Ally because you use the Portal with the PlayStation Sony branding, and you can play PlayStation games. Even now, even better now, you
Yeah.
can do it by cloud.
Yeah.
And they are still announcing they're going to release a PSP2. They're saying in the future they want to release a PSP2. And what I want is that you can play games on the PS2. But when it comes to graphics, that's going to be a different story because
Yeah.
PSP was one of the greatest things that PlayStation ever made, and then they killed it with the Vita because to they tried to swindle the people by creating custom cards and stuff like that. And
Well,
I didn't
that
buy one; they gave me one at the time, but it was really hard to play the Vita back in the day. It just became like an emulation machine.
PSP was a great handheld.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
It's a
was.
shame what they did to the Vita.
yeah, it
But
was
yeah.
very bad. It was very bad.
Yeah, I
The
never
P-
had a Vita. I think I still have my
Bro,
Yeah.
the PSP was so good. I'm sorry
Mm.
that we're talking about Xbox, but PSP. It's
It's all right.
Yeah.
PSP is so good. It rivaled with the DS from Nintendo, and
Yeah.
Nintendo is the king of handhelds.
Yeah.
There's no way. And I'm telling you
Mm.
now, if Xbox, let's circle back to Xbox, if Xbox really wants to make like a new hardware generation and a handheld, they have to make sure they copy the hybrid system from Nintendo
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
that is the future. Or else
Yeah.
they're going to lose because what Nintendo did with the Switch 1 and the Switch 2, only one word is innovation.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Send me a
Well-
Switch 2, Nintendo. Send me a Switch 2.
Let me a Switch
Nintendo,
2,
help 'em
please.
out. Help them out, Nintendo.
help
We
them
do
out.
podcasts. Would love that.
Jeez.
Okay, I think we've all got. Anyone else got anything else on this whole Xbox?
Not really.
Fire Matt Booty.
I'm good. Fire Matt Booty.
Yeah.
Fire everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
No,
Replace
no,
them with
that's
AI.
that's what Satya wants. You trust me. If he could sell off the Xbox division and have the money go straight into the AI sector, if
Yeah,
he wants to keep putting money, he would shake that hand, sign that paperwork in.
Yeah.
Let me check something. Let me check something. No, I don't have enough money to buy Xbox. I'm sorry, my man.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna be like? I got 40 euros. Take it or leave it.
Dude, if I had 40 euros, I would get married, man. If I had that money.
Like- I have no interest in buying Xbox. Out of all the consoles I've owned, was always Nintendo and PlayStation.
Yeah,
So
same with me. Same with me.
I have no need for the only Xbox I've ever owned was a 360. That is it. That's the only one I have, and the games that came out on 360 I actually liked.
But that generation, they put the time, they put the effort. But Xbox, they had weird hardware stuff. Like
Yeah.
I only have my Series S, but I had an original Xbox. I sold it when we got the 360 as a family, and then we had the red ring, and then got a redesigned one that was much
Oh,
better.
yeah.
And then we got my dad sold it off with the games we had for it. We had some great games because console had great games in it. They did experiment. They did try things on it. The Xbox One, I had it, got rid of it because it was like I never used the thing. Just sitting there, like I played the Gears of War remake that they put on there, Gears of War 4. Like I had tried the Halo Master Chief Collection. I remember buying it cheap because when that thing first launched, I didn't have an Xbox One, but they they screwed that up. That's another thing with like they screwed up all their core franchises Xbox had.
Yeah.
They screwed them up over the last couple of years, and so their brand's tarnished with a lot of those series and franchises. So I was like, I have my Series S. I don't use it that much. I would use it for a Game Pass machine. But it's like I also have a much better PC. So if I do the Game Pass route, do PC Game Pass, that's the cheapest version. They'll get some of the day and date games. And it's like I have a better PC that will run it for the Series S. And I'll be honest, I have mine. I did the pay the $20 developer license.
Oh
on
yeah,
the,
yeah.
plug the hard drive in so you can just play. Because there were
Yeah,
older games I had that they took off the damn store, delisted. You can no longer download again, like old Xbox Live Arcade game, some Xbox One game, original Xbox, I should say, and stuff like that. So I can just play that and other emulators and stuff like that. So it's it's a nice little travel because it's the Series S. But it's
Small.
like, yeah, the next hardware, and like there have been the rumors they want to go high end for the next Xbox.
That's right.
You can go high end all you want. You don't got games. The box is pointless.
Yep.
Go high end with 8 gigabytes of RAM, maybe 6.
No, well, high end now is 16 because you're going to pay just for 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah,
Is like,
exactly.
oh,
High end prices.
yeah.
That's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid the next generation of consoles, because of AI, it's going to be like 1,000 years or something. It's going to be
Oh
great.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's whole scare story. Like there's rumors like Sony is pushing back and take your time, push back. You don't need you guys
Yeah.
like we don't need a next generation. We still aren't fully using the full capabilities of the Xbox Series X or the PS5.
Or the PS5. Yeah, exactly.
Never mind the PS5 Pro you have.
Yeah,
And it's like, take your time, get advantage out of that. And with how the economy is, yeah, you want to get that next box out there. But here's the thing, PS6, I need for it to come out. I need to see stuff that I'm like, I can't just look and be like, well, my PS5 technically can do it, but it just looks a little darker here and there. And instead of, whatever marketing gimmick of, oh, we can do this and it's 125 frames per second.
yeah.
I can get 60 on the base PS5, but if you do play it on the PS5 Pro, you get 90. And it's like the thing
Who cares?
Who cares?
well,
And
yeah.
that's where
Yeah.
Nintendo kicks ass with lower, just like you said, Fubu, not the best in graphics, not the best in hardware, but super amazing games, high quality and polished games.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I don't think there's ever going to be a technological leap in gaming like it was from the PlayStation 1 to the PlayStation 2. I don't think, because the technology was way too close. I remember as a kid, like, 1 to 2 was amazing, 2 to 3 was okay, and then I haven't noticed a big difference from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. Of course, if you compare 5 to 3, there's a big difference. But I'm saying between those generations, there's never going to be one as big and as impressive as 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even this gen, definitely, there's not been that game that's really shown what these consoles can really do. So we've just been kind of diminishing returns for the past generation with graphics.
That's why Expedition 33 is one of the best games, because
Yes.
he doesn't know what I'm going to say, but he just says yes, he agrees. That's good.
If you're saying something positive about Expedition, you're gonna get Marco's yes.
Yeah. You said the magic word.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
No, because the game didn't. The game graphically, it's a beautiful game. Nothing of the ordinary or of the extraordinary in this case, but it was innovative in the way that you do RPG turn-based combat. It innovates. That's why it's one of the best games. That's why, again, Nintendo innovates in a different way, not in graphics, in creativity. And I'm telling you now, from now on, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more games, RPGs, mimicking the Expedition 33 game style
yeah.
of combat, and that's going to be great because now we have to depend on innovation, and
Mhm.
if we depend and depending on innovation, if we focus on AI, which regurgitates everything that's been done before and doesn't make anything new, gaming will not progress as a medium. We need
Yeah.
people, we need creative minds, we need uh, heart and soul that
Yeah.
AI can't give.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I
I-
think,
Yeah,
I think
good.
I've,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm just happy. I'm just gonna say now. I'm just happy that we are back. Such me and Burley, we are back. I am happy to team up with all of you guys. I've been having a blast here talking about video games. I have to say that one of my fears that when I started this was not me and Burley. Me and Burley, we've known each other. We have chemistry. We have. I was really afraid of the rest, but I have to say I'm very happy that we all have great chemistry in this
Mhm.
podcast, and I feel like
Mm.
there's going to be a lot of great things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, likewise,
Likewise.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's enough for the topics we had, and we um yeah, we do have more content coming.
Mhm.
I know Fubu is working on some stuff, and might be another video with Fubu and Merple coming in the
Yeah.
near future. Plus,
Yes.
we will have more episodes, and as just this is our only second episode, we're still nailing down time because you have 4 different time zones, and getting
Oh, yeah.
everyone is
Yeah.
that's the one thing. If we were all in one time zone, it would be so much easier
Yeah.
and do
Yeah.
this. But that's the world, and that's how it is, unfortunately. But we will have content for you all, and I'm sure as some of more of these episodes get recorded, especially for some of the dumb, stupid things I say, and there's going to be YouTube shorts
Yeah.
and taking it out of context
Yeah.
of what I've said in actions.
I
I'm
know.
not naming
Yeah.
any names over here of who will be doing that, but you can take. you
I know.
can
I know.
figure
There's
that.
going to be a short of me saying I'm trying to get my girlfriend pregnant, so I don't work during GTA 6 release day.
Yeah. I think that we'll use that for the trailer for the channel.
Oh, good.
Good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, but just regarding what you were saying, that
Yeah.
little note of the video. Me personally, if for the people that know me, I do a lot of VFC content, and on Sundays, which is a day that usually doesn't happen anything, I was putting old videos and new videos of me doing completionist stuff, and it's not the biggest videos on the channel because people want my content to be EAFC and not this game here, this game there, and this we do channel that we have here, which is focused on games. I think that I will want to post this type of content, which is platinator content. Of course,
Mhm.
there will be times that if something that we talked about before, not set on stone, but if let's say Resident Evil 9 is coming out, I'm not getting a Resident Evil 9, but
Yeah.
Burf
Mhm.
is gonna get it, and if he gets on PlayStation and he gets the platinum, he can do a video on that, or he sends me all the trophies and the videos, and I do that. That's something that we will work in the future. Also, what Burley was saying about me and Merple, also a very good piece of content that we think it's important. Again, gaming is the PlayStation tiers that the games that you release, the monthly games at the beginning of the month, and then the premium at the middle. Again, it doesn't have to be me. It's not my content. It's our content. So One day I could be here with Merple, the next one could be Merple and Fryman or Kirok, or if it's a great month, we can all be here. That's something that, again, we will have to figure out everything together. There's nothing set on stones. But I think I just want to say that we appreciate all of you guys being here. Appreciate that we are going to take this steady. We don't want to take a step bigger than the leg, or something hits the floor and it hurts, right? And yeah, that's basically what Berl was trying to say. We're going to start slowly. We want to build a community. Everyone that's watching this, that's commenting, that's following, you are all welcome. This is a safe space, and we are happy to have you guys on this journey with us.
You might hear a little bit of cat meowing because my cat is behind me and is.
It's your cat agreeing with me.
Yeah. My cat's like, all right. Yep, I agree with you, Fubu.
Keep doing this.
Human.
All right. Yeah, I think here's a great spot to wrap it up. We all thank you all so much. We'd love to hear from you in the comments section, whether any of the stories resonate for you, whether you're hoping Fubu can get the baby in time so he can get the time off for Grand Theft Auto 6. Yes, I had to bring that up. We haven't brought it up enough times in this episode. And just some of the other, whether it's some of the other dumb things I have said or done. So we'd love to hear from you. And if you can, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you get notified of our videos. Also click the thumbs up button. It really does help for the videos get out to more people. Yeah. I think here's a good spot to end it.
Yep.
We will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.